And you ain't stay close. I heard you change. Girl, I'm off the drugs right now.
That first
I
one.
can use your love right now. But you steady trying to
Yeah, I saw I had at the crib.
Oh,
I forgot
Yeah, let's do that. I thought he was gonna hit somebody, and that would be the start of the podcast.
They over there so sad.
We in the stew every night, white shopping. Me, I stay up on my job, I don't clock in.
You okay, man?
Lame niggas, it is crazy. I see the way you do is move so tasteless.
Thanks,
I
bud.
feel the janky in my shoes when I'm walking over you. Feel the janky in my shoes when I'm walking over you. Who else make
Oh,
me
this
feel
song
like
kinda
I make you feel? I'm just piecing shit together, man, you know it's real. I'm trying to make for better weather, man, I know you know the deal. Trying to
We are tweaking. We ain't had the.
Actually, I'll be like in the background.
Yeah,
No,
MT.
you can cheers.
Nah, come on, man.
All right, cheers.
Dale, cheers.
Yeah,
Ayo.
cheers, my dog. I
Cheers,
should've poured
cheers,
you one.
Where's Dale Comeback? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
should look like a Patron.
Hey, that's because you know you're gonna have to listen to Tory talk the whole time. He got that bottle handy. You know what that was funny?
How that tastes, man? Why are you making that face?
I haven't had champagne in a while, bro.
Little boy.
It's bubbly.
Little
Dude, New
boy.
Year's just happened. How have you not had champagne in a while? It's COVID-19.
You had a fucked up
Damn,
New Year's,
I didn't
bro.
know.
Still like part 2 though. But I mean,
Man.
Yo, that song was fire.
Hey, you're in front of that
Encore?
camera.
Encore,
we
a
good?
live performance?
That's what I'm saying, man. Come over
Yeah,
here
perform
and
it then, since you think you know the words and shit.
Since you think
Club hopping.
Y'all fake homies if y'all don't know all the lyrics. If y'all can't perform and
Hey,
start to
you know
finish, man,
me.
y'all
I
fake
got
homies.
a learning disability, dude. You know I
That's
can't
good.
memorize like that. That's why I'm in college, bro.
All right. So let's get this motherfucker. Let's get it jumped off, man. Welcome, man. Appreciate everyone who's joining us tonight on the season 1, episode 1 of the Really Good Podcast, man. So
Hey.
I got my you fired up, huh? Yeah. So I got my great co-host with me, man. One of them is not able to join us at the moment, but he's here in spirit and on Zoom.
Yeah.
So he's basically here, you know. COVID complications.
It's not COVID, it's AIDS.
yeah, it's one of them. So first off, it's fine. I might as well just introduce you. So our first co-host is Dale Beguma, also known as Dale Brando, might be Dale on Twitter. He drops a tweet, goes viral. Halsey follows him. He got everybody on his Twitter, man. If you get mentioned on Dale's Twitter, man, we gonna hear about you. And I'm waiting on him to give me my little mention, but it's cool. It's cool. Dale, say what up to the people, man. Tap in with him.
For sure. Follow me at Might Be Dale. Dale spelled D-A-Y-O. You know what it is.
This nigga just start plugging this shit. Why don't you just say hello to them, Dale? Like, you want to say with your nice background, like, what up, man? How's it going? All right, cool. We got Saqib Salahuddin, the comedian, man.
Said it right.
Yes, sir. You know I say it right,
Genius.
man. We got amazing comedian, whether it's stand-up, skits, all types of different content, TikTok. He doing his thing, man. So got a lot of different creators in the building. And then we got Kai Creations in the building. So
We're not cursing.
I should
Bitch.
I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why. I was like, let me just start it off kind of like
Nah,
chilling.
for
We got Kai Creation in this bitch. You know what the fuck going
You know
on,
what
man.
the fuck going
Yes,
It's
sir.
going
my
on
dog.
YouTube. No ad money. No ad money.
Yeah, nah.
It's all good. So yeah, creator all around, man. Whether it's visual, whether it's performing, just all around content creator. And he actually got some music on the way, man. Dropping soon. We're gonna get into that a little bit later, but
Yes, sir.
you got to tap in with that. And then obviously last is me. And y'all know who I am, I assume, if you're watching. But if you don't, you'll get to know me, man. And then shout out to our behind the scenes, man. You know,
Yes, sir.
young Melly Mel in the
That's
cut.
the man right there.
Yes,
Melly
sir.
Mel.
Yes, sir. So y'all like that song though? That song was this shit was bumping,
You know what
huh?
I'm saying, nigga.
You know what I'm
Shit, I was
saying? I was
fucking
just
with
saying,
it.
it just put me in a good spirit for the pod. I can't even cap, nigga.
It is good vibes. I remember when you first
I know,
recorded
yo,
it.
it's such a joyous song. It's just like
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can feel it.
I forget. That's one thing I forgot to say. If y'all are watching this and haven't heard the new single, man, Way Back Down, the homies say it's pretty good. So
You're missing out if your eardrums have not felt it yet.
on
you know?
God, on God.
I got away with words.
Yeah, you do, man. Y'all niggas gonna ask me
Well.
about this fucking
Oh
song.
yeah.
I'm fucking editing that
So-
shit out, but I'm telling no. When you're ready.
When we're ready. So you just had a what's it called? You just had a single drop. How are people like? What does it feel like? How are people taking it in?
Like the reception and shit? It seemed pretty cool, honestly. I mean, people seem to really enjoy it. I know it's different from like other shit I put out, but shit, people really seem to enjoy it. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes when it first drops, because like it kind of always feels like that for like every release. Like obviously that's when your page is gonna be constant shit, but and honestly it seemed pretty good, man. You know what I've been surprised about is a lot of them. So you seen the you're not on IG like that, but a lot of the sports pages be posting.
Oh, I saw one of yours. That was a dope edit. That was a clean ass edit.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure if sports pages would like fuck with that song, but they have so far. So man, so far so good, man. I'm excited for the visual to come out too.
It was on that catch. It was like perfect. It was like he was like falling into the ocean or something. You know, like
oh yeah.
That was really clean. Yeah, you gotta see it.
No, but I was saying about the song though. Way back down, I remember when you first recorded it. Like the first thing you said was like, "It's good vibes." You know, I was like, and I'm learning that with like a lot of artwork, and you know what you was telling me about Van Gogh and the Blue Period and other shit like that. But pretty much like the energy that you put into the artwork, and you could tell that it's good vibes, and it was just fun. You know what I mean? Like having a good time. And the album cover go with the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? And the video shoot is hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that shit coming out soon. But what was the biggest challenge I would say with like Way Back Down? Was it or which part of the process? Was it creating the song? Or was it the video? Like what kind of?
That's a fucking video. It's a fucking video, man. Yeah. So that's another thing that's been. Well, we'll talk more about our 2020 stuff, but that was another big thing. Is like it took me forever just learning, like all of us learning videography and learning how to shoot stuff. So like yeah, that was definitely the most challenging part of the whole process. As far as recording, I enjoy recording it, and some songs take you forever to crack. I feel like you got it right, and some of them kind of just roll off. And I felt like this was one that kind of rolled off. Like I'm a type like a lot of times I'll record like pieces of stuff, then come back to it. This one I think I recorded the whole thing like straight through, which is cool when you already kind of have everything ready. Also, it's not that long of a song, but yeah man, it was cool. It was enjoyable all around, and I'm glad people that seem to really enjoy this one and kind of feel like the same thing you talking about. They telling me the same stuff. Although people keep telling me this shit sound like Juice WRLD. That's not a bad comparison. Okay, but that's fine. But what do y'all think? Yeah, Dad, what you think? Do you think it sound like Juice WRLD?
I mean, I see what they mean, but I don't really agree with that. It's just the same type of vibe, you know. But
yeah. That's exactly that's kind of what I take from that. I heard it from like a few people, but yeah, it's cool. I mean, obviously Juice WRLD is dope, so I never really think about like, oh, I sound like this person and that, but I was like, oh, I can see it. Someone said Ian Dior.
I don't listen to him enough to know, but I know the name though.
I don't know. I feel like it's you. I feel like it just sounds like you're. I don't know. I can't compare you to other people. You know.
Yeah. I don't see the Juice WRLD comparison.
Yeah. I guess I can see it now. That's like if you keep hearing it, you know, in a sense.
Really
but
maybe if you haven't. Sometimes I feel like I don't know how to say this in a way it doesn't sound like weird, but maybe like if you haven't heard like a sound you're not familiar with, like you're gonna kind of compare it to the closest thing. So I can see in that like at least like the vibe is kind of similar, and you don't hear that many like hip hop songs, I guess, sounding like that, aside from artists, I guess, kind of like Juice WRLD. So I can see where it's coming from. I wouldn't be like, nah, I sound like Juice WRLD if I was talking to somebody, especially my other shit too. It definitely don't sound like no Juice WRLD.
You know how you like how'd you get like distribution? Like how are you getting your music heard? What is like one of the ways that you're doing it?
Music heard, I mean, it's all distributed. I use a DistroKid, upload through there, and then aside from that, I mean, playlisting is a big deal, so that's why it's real important, to have people adding the songs to the playlist and just sharing it. A lot of what I found when I was younger, I'd find like different ways of trying to like finesse something or make some shit. Really, I feel like the stuff that works the best is got to be organic. So people like liking the music, listening, like all that interaction. That's really what kind of gets stuff to travel. And then as well as just having a product that will travel, where people will listen to it, tell people. So honestly, I try to just make it as organic as possible and use the tools that we have, like playlisting, like I don't know, shit like that. Oh, IG, obviously promoting my stuff.
I feel like I've learned like a lot about like the music hustle from you, just like watching the way you work. Like, because I bet there's a lot of people who struggle with that, like figuring out how to get that going. And what would be something that you'd say that was like a struggle for you at the beginning?
Shit, I feel like everything is kind of a struggle at the beginning, because you're just starting out an art or a craft that you're not really familiar with. So it's like it's just like videography. The reason it took us so damn long to shoot like one video, like everything that we did just takes forever when you haven't done it, if you want to do it properly. But a lot of times people, you know, you'll lay something down and everything sounds great to you maybe the first time, but you just have no real experience. So sometimes the problem might be the product, because you haven't like taken the time to really like study your craft. But then outside of that is, I guess, just knowing how to get your stuff out and just kind of hustling. And there's so many like different traps people fall in, whether it's not promoting their work or they're taking forever to drop and there's just nothing in between type stuff. So I don't know, man. It's kind of like a maze, but I think if you keep putting out a product that people will love, it'll keep finding its way, and you just keep giving yourself a chance to get in front of more people. And aside from that, man, I feel like if you just putting in the legwork and do all the little things you need to do, shit'll get going for you. And if it's not, it might be the product or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So something needs to change at some point. You know, you can't just be like, yo, I made like 1,000 videos, but none of them's doing anything. It's like, are you changing things like while you're making them? Are you like trying to figure out like the little nuances that you need, or like so it's like it's just putting in that work. It gets overwhelming, but it's not. It's something that you got to just keep it going.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
What's like the biggest thing that's like keeping you motivated to like keep going? That's one question. And another question is, how do you gauge like what people love? Is it just interaction, or is it like, I don't think they'll pull up, but like I guess like maybe like after, because I think music right now is in a weird space to where you hear a song once, you're like, oh, that's cool, and then it kind of like goes off, you know what I mean? So it's like, do you gauge it by, you know, the recurring numbers, or the people that's telling you months later, like, hey, I'm still fucking with the song, like, so hey, I just heard the old shit because I went back to listen to it, or is it just like new song out next, you know what I mean?
Like, how do I gauge if people like enjoy type
loving
of stuff?
it? And then I forgot my first question, but I mean that's one of the.
Hey, we'll play it back.
Yeah. Whatever point you want to take first.
Well, where do you get the motivation?
Oh, that was the first one. The first motivation.
Yeah.
To keep going with the. I think if you're working, your main focus should be progression. So everything you do, it's not like every song has to get bigger and bigger, but you should be able to see something tangible out of the art or out of the pieces you've made. So I guess that would be the motivation factor when you have people that are actually like hitting you, like, when's the new shit coming out, or I love this shit, I'm playing it. Like when it hits people, or they're, you know, I felt the shit you were saying, blah, blah, blah. Like you get those interactions, and it's, you know, you don't want to take them for granted. And when you get those type of things, and it's like your art is having an impact. So I guess that answers the motivation aspect. And then how do you gauge what people like? I think the hardest part about like making art is like you're painting the picture that you see that you want. Like if we go shoot a music video, you're painting the picture that you see that looks perfect in your head. So say we edit in some shit, it looks perfect to me. Now it's about, does my perfect appeal to other people? If I made this and I think it looks perfect, same thing with like a song, and now I'm showing it to other people, what's their reaction? And that's kind of the thing that makes it so hard, is something can sound perfect to you and not perfect to other people. So I guess that's the trickiest part, is you got to hope that the way you see things is the way other people will see things, and you'll understand that maybe the same things you enjoy in something, they'll enjoy as well. Yeah. But I guess you're conscious of it when you're making this stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to make stuff that you love, as opposed to like going for specific shit that you think people will like.
Yeah, you don't need to like pander to like, it's like understanding how they receive it, but it's like pandering to the audience kind of puts you in a hole in a sense.
You know? Exactly. Yeah, it's almost like a bubble.
Yeah, you don't want that.
What'd you say, Dale?
Like pandering to a certain type of audience demographic kind of limits your creativity. Like artists who take the risk of going outside the box and really not trying to be mainstream and make their own sound, sometimes they blow up, and like there's a new sound that people really never heard of, but they're messing with it, they're fucking with it. Instead of being, oh, there's another rapper who just sounds like the 10,000 rappers that are out right now. So I feel like a lot of artists like gotta really be true to themselves, you know?
Hey Dale, is there like any hesitation with Twitter? Like, do you ever have a tweet and you be like, like maybe not that one. Like,
no.
Like, how is it?
Backspace on that one.
That shit
don't
go,
know what
like,
the fuck the backspace button is, man.
For me, I usually don't really see Twitter as like I'm trying to like make popular tweets all the time. I just tweet for fun. But there's sometimes like I want to make a joke, and obviously I want people to laugh, think it's funny. And then sometimes like, nah, that's not it, and like I'm not really messing with it. But there's other times I'm like, this is hilarious, and how come like nobody thinks it's funny? But I tweet something else and it blows up, get 100,000 likes or something stupid, you know? But at the end of the day, like, I know there's some people who tweet and like take Twitter really seriously, like tweet to certain audiences and try like promote what they try to promote. But for me, I feel like if you just put your personality on Twitter, people gravitate towards it naturally. For me, when I started tweeting more, it was just random thoughts. And the more people just started following me, next thing you know, I had like 1,000 followers like a couple months, and I was just a nobody who was just tweeting when they were bored, you know? And then a lot of people take Twitter and they grow that to different opportunities, like they start their own businesses, they start making music after that, use their own online persona to market themselves. So I feel like if anybody like wants to use Twitter, like you gotta really figure out what you're trying to do with it. Like, are you just trying to have fun with it? Like, are you trying to like actually build yourself as a brand or as a person? And then you gotta make yourself work from there, you know? But for me personally, like, I just tweet for fun. But I also met opportunities. Like, I met so many interesting people from Twitter. Like, there was a time where people from, like, huge verified accounts, like people from the Rams, like the play-by-play guy on the radio will follow me. People who work for The Athletic and ESPN will sometimes follow me and stuff like that. So I build a connection with people in a certain industries, but goes to, like, music or sports.
Why you leave out Halsey?
Just for tweeting my random thoughts.
This nigga can't hear it.
What's so funny?
we just noticed that you left out, or Tori noticed that you left out Halsey. So we were just confused. You were like, so what the fuck is so funny, boy?
Funny, I was just tweeting during the Lakers during the playoffs, and I just see I got a new follower, and I was like, who's this? And I clicked the account. I was like, why is there so many followers? And I see like, oh, that's her account. I'm like, that's crazy. Shout out to my girl Halsey though. Stream all her music. She's really talented. That's the homie. Yeah. Anyways.
God. See, hey, but what you were saying about how you tweet. That's like kind of why I'm bad at Twitter. Like, bro, for a week straight, I was just thinking of tweets. Like, bro, I'm about to be funny as shit on Twitter. Like, I really thought I was gonna be like, but then like, bro, I'll be typing some shit. Then I'm like, does that sound right? Is that funny? Like, then I start deleting shit. By the time I change the message 5 times, I'm like, fam, I'll just come back to it later. And then like I probably made like 1 or 2 tweets that I thought would be like mildly funny. I might have got like 1 like, 2 like, probably from like niggas I know, just a friend or something.
You know when you think you got some
oh
heat?
Melly Mo had me on the like. That was you, huh? Yeah, my boy.
You know when you think you got some fire and it's just like it got no interactions at all. It's like terrible, man. I like Dale's tweets like at 4 a.m. Like when he's like, Are the horny women up?
Yeah, hey, we gonna get into Dale's tweets. Hold on, hey, we gonna make sure we get a whole time put aside. All right, man. Well, first of all, I think we're off to a great start. I think we're phenomenal. We're fucking doing great,
best
dude.
Fucking podcast you heard today.
Well,
in the past year.
Yeah, you know, after Joe Budden.
I don't know who we're talking. I don't know who that fucking name is. I don't know what that.
Hey man, look. Once we get like episode 100, then I'm gonna start singing. All right, man. So I guess so y'all can get to know our co-hosts and stuff, and just kind of get an idea of what everyone's been on. How would y'all characterize your 2020s, and I don't know, like what y'all been on? Who wants to go first? Dale. What you been on 2020? What's 2020 look like for you?
2020.
What was 2020 looking like for you? And then what's 2021 looking like?
2021. At first, I thought it was going to be promising, but you know we're still on lockdown. But you know, 2021, the same thing as 2020. You know, just grinding. You know, doing my own thing, stacking up paper, trying to build my career. You know, one day I want to be a lawyer, so you know, just trying to advance in that. Working with my law firm. You know, studying for the LSAT. Just trying to set myself up for when the world actually opens up again, I'll be ready to attack it, like do what I want to do.
I got a question. During 2020, y'all can answer this too when y'all chime in on it. But in 20, how do your COVID precautions change? I feel like during 2020, everyone's levels kind of shifted, where it was like full lockdown. Did your precautions for COVID change throughout the year, and are they different than they were now when it first started?
So when COVID first came, I was one of those fools, you know, like I'm not going to let this virus stop me from living my life, to the point that I was actually at a club the day before they shut everything down. So I was like, oh, it was actually a lot more serious than I thought. So when they shut everything down, I was super precautious. I was wearing gloves everywhere. I had a mask. I kept the hand sanitizer on me, even though it was hard to get. Like, I was avoiding all types of people. So I just feel like over time, a lot of people just got kind of tired of it, and like they lose their own like precautions. Like, yeah, everybody still wears their mask and stuff, and like don't interact with that many strangers. But like, definitely, I'm not as cautious as I used to be when it first happened, for sure.
Oh God, Dale, use a nigga in Vons with your whole cart full. hella toilet paper, hella paper towels and shit. He was stocking up. Bro, that shit wasn't that shit stupid, bro. Like niggas was really just run like the
That was one
food
of the
fucking
funniest
shortage was
things.
gonna stop.
I loved how like some pipes like for people they since there was no toilet paper they found like socks, underwear, all these things in the sewage pipes because motherfuckers didn't have toilet paper.
I heard about
That's
that.
dirty,
People
yo.
are wiping their ass with
It's
socks.
crazy.
I'm like, it's never that bad, bro. I'd rather use paper or something. Like with my
Man,
socks.
That's how stupid America is.
Yeah, you just see how we panic, bro. Like the first instinct was to do that shit, man.
My thing is this though, in a pandemic, what the fuck is toilet paper gonna do? Like, you gonna eat that shit when it's like zombies outside? Like, no.
Nah, cause you can use them for mummies, yo. You know,
You are
like
gonna
after
be at the
everybody
crib a lot.
dies.
It's paper mache with some toilet paper. Or
All right,
some
but what
shit.
was 2020 like for you though?
Honestly, I know we talked about it before, but I'll say in a nutshell, 2020 was like, because I've always been introspective, but it was introspective at a different level of awareness that I was not ready for. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was ready because it happened. You know what I mean? But man, I a lot of growth. You know what I mean? Definitely a lot of growth. But at this point, I'm where like 2020 is definitely like in the past. You know, like I don't even. Like
over with.
I don't even think about it no more. Like it comes up, but I try not to think about the past no more. Like I think about not too much of the future, but just really focusing on the now, like the infinite now, like the presence of what's happening at this very single moment, and realizing that the future is like seeking its way towards me in a sense. Like I've already had a vision of something in the future, and now that's held in my mind. So whatever else on the way is just a part of the journey. Like I can have fun. You know what I mean? Like I've already seen. I had a dream and it was just like, okay, cool. That's where I'm going to end up at one point. You know what I mean? And that's not the end goal. That's like one of the things that I'm going to see. And it's going to, when it happens, I'm going to realize it happens like in that moment and be like, huh, and probably fucking cry. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Like everything that happened from when I first saw that image to all everything that, you know what I'm saying? All the images are going to come back and it's just going to be like, wow, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then 2021 is like, 2021 externally on the outside world is gonna get fucking ridiculous. Like they about to ramp up this shit. Like on another
2021?
level.
Like
Yeah,
politically?
Nigga, we didn't get 6 days in without some shit
Oh
happening.
yeah, no. They about
That's
to ramp
crazy.
this shit up for the next like 2-3 years. It's about to get crazy. But like I feel like a lot of people where the human place is, you know, even though we see a lot of madness, I think the regular, everyday, average Joe kind of gets it. Like, they kind of understand, like, I'm human, you're human, we're all in the same fucking position. Like, when I have interaction with people, it's not as bad as, like, the media will make it seem like everybody's running around with their heads cut off. Like, a lot
There
of
are
people...
We out
people.
here, though.
There are.
We,
I mean, maybe here,
we
but...
out here.
Here, but I feel like, I mean, if I run into that, like, I feared that. Like, what if I run into somebody and they're crazy and I'm not, like... I'll address them as such, like, look, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Like, you could talk about, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, like, a random Trump dude. Fuck you, nigga. I'm like, oh, hold on, relax. like, I don't know you, you don't know me. What's up? What's your name? Like, I'll address him as such and, like, keep it cool. He'll be like, oh, okay. Like, no, I'm not one of them. Like, I'm not gonna get all emotional about shit. You know what I mean? So, 2021, head down. Head out the clouds. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Listening to my boy Rizzy. Rizzy is keeping me grounded. Beat is keeping me grounded. Melvin, Deo, you know what I'm saying? Definitely friends and family keeping me grounded. But, excited, really honestly. It's gonna get shitty outside, but excited for more growth.
Exactly. I feel like 2020 was like the year that I understood. Like, you know when you're younger, you kind of see that, oh, I am a speck.
I'm not really
I
good
am
at
a
the fucking
speck,
ball
like
here.
in the universe. But like this year, it broadened my understanding of the world a little bit more. Like how many people were in it? Because like when you ask about the COVID precautions, I wasn't at first. I would just kick it with like, you know, my bubble. You know, you have your friends in the bubble, but I was still trying to make money to get these things because I didn't know what was to come next. And then like midway through it, it's just like, damn. Like at first, I thought 2020 was gonna be like this amazing creative year for me, but I had like funks. I had a lot of funks because I didn't know who I was. You know,
Like everybody had funks, huh?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like
It was just easy to be depressed, you know, especially if you looked at your phone. That was one of the main reasons you have to get away from the phone for a second. And I know that's why it's like, you know, they talk about cyberbullying. They're like, yo, just turn it off. Just turn it off. But it's like, yo,
It's hard.
it's difficult when you utilize your phone for almost everything. And so like 2020 was definitely a learning year, and I'm glad that it happened. I thought it was a catastrophe, but I think it was a good year for humanity. Hopefully, that's the goal. I'll hope for.
Minus
like,
all the people that died.
I said catastrophe, catastrophe. Everybody that like
Right, yeah,
died.
yeah.
I know.
R.I.P..
I know.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. I could have worded that a little bit.
We all do it though. We all do that. There's always like a silver lining to stuff. So I feel like there were a lot of benefits. It's tough on you, and you catch yourself like you be like, man, like I needed this, but then I look at them like, shit, I shouldn't say that. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
No
Sometimes
one-
you forget. Sometimes it'll like you don't see. You're kind of in that bubble when you're looking too close into to the book.
But why
You
feel
can't read the
guilty about
words.
it?
Well, I'd say, I'd feel guilty if something happened. Let's say, okay, imagine. Okay, now fuck what I was about to say.
Okay, but
no. But I feel
family
like
member
the
or
guilt,
something,
The
yeah.
guilt
Yeah,
is
it's a little
because
different
so
with
many
family.
people have lost lives, and like that's what the real sentiment of like everything that's going on in terms of like the lockdown, and it's because so many people are dying and shit like that. So obviously that's a huge. That just sucks, man. So
You're a
many
little
families losing.
insensitive when you don't mention the people that passed away.
Well, but
I don't know about that.
What's like at the same
I-
time
or-
you can have your own takeaway and shit. It's just like that's why like we're always gonna regardless we have to still live our lives, and you're at home, you're gonna still have your takeaways, and it should be growing as a human and growing stuff like that. But at the same time, I can see like you wanna. There is a little, I guess, guilt if you're just saying like you want to at least mention like obviously the main core of everything is that this is such a tough time in a pandemic, but we're still able to find positive things from it.
I'll say this, like I've been paying attention to like how I feel about certain things and the things I say to myself, and the only reason I asked about the guilt was because like it came from you saying like and the people that died. So it's like that's the only reason, because it's like damn, now you got to remind yourself to feel guilty, which is like reminding yourself of a negative feeling that you really don't need or don't
I
want to
said
feel.
it no, because
like,
this nigga was like, this was a great time for humanity.
I know what you
meant.
Started off
I
with
know.
catastrophe though, but
No,
I know
yeah.
I gotta articulate that a little bit.
I mean,
better.
acknowledge it,
I
like yeah,
understand.
like a lot of people died, but you know what? I had a great fucking. No, I'm playing.
But no, but it's
Oh,
like
you nailed it,
Great
then. You
fucking
nailed
year,
it.
no, I'm playing.
well, but it
I'm
like
joking. All jokes.
well, it makes you
Big
more
jokes.
gratuitous towards life,
Yeah.
in that sense. I think that was a big takeaway from 2020 is like
Yeah.
I was really reckless. Feel like I'd be doing the stupidest shit, but now it's like okay, if I die, I die, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like you really gotta like live your life out, And oh yeah, 2021, I'm just gonna make some videos, man. Gotta get some shit going. I gotta cause all this time for growing, it's like what am I not creating? So I gotta create a lot more in 2021. I feel like I'm in a good headspace.
It'll happen.
So I feel comfortable to do it. It's just got to get better at time management.
Do you think that like now with kids in school and stuff, do you feel like it changed the perception of like getting into a certain school or like like for example, you went to Howard. Like, do you think if you was in high school, you would have still had that same like, that same want of like I want to go to this school?
Like saying like aspiration, kind of.
Yeah.
Honestly, no. And I think what's happening with schooling is like really fucked up. Because I mean, I've asked like younger cousins and younger, my friends, little brothers and shit like that. I'm like, because I want to work in education, so it's like, all right, how do you feel about the Zoom classes? They're like, I mean, it's cool. I don't really learn nothing, but it's cool. And it's like they're just on their phone. Like, think about it. Like
high school or college?
They're kids, like 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like 13, 14, like different age
okay, I
ranges.
feel
So
you.
it's like
Because you can just cheat, yo.
you can
Like that-
cheat. You got
that's all
fucking.
you
You have
do.
no interaction with like the actual teacher. There's no physical. I think that actually
They don't
matters.
have Zoom, like live.
They have Zoom, but the thing is like I think that physical, hearing that tone. I mean, more so than just like that barrier. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like we talk about hyper reality, right? Like let's say we talk about air, we talk about apples, we talk about bananas, but if you've never seen one, you don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
So it's like growing up to have somebody, your teacher, on a screen. It's kind of fucked up. It's like
Yeah.
you're being shown, you're being taught things on a picture on a screen, but you don't really experience them. Like I don't remember Balenci class, and we
Yeah,
were like
my dog.
dissecting lobsters and shit.
Yeah, that's
I will,
real life
I will
interaction.
forever remember that, and it's like because of the smell. You know what I'm saying? Because of actually cutting it and feeling like seeing the blue blood from a lobster like come out of a, you know what I'm saying? Like the veins and shit, and seeing the girls like ew, like that's always gonna be there versus like Zoom.
Them frogs smell like shit though.
You
Y'all
know
remember?
frog,
You
you
remember?
remember, yeah.
I will never forget that smell. I don't even know what that was. It's like some like chemicals or some shit.
Teachers hated him because the whole like hallway, and we didn't even have hallways. It was an open
He
school.
would eat some stanky ass food too.
Yeah.
You could smell shit from the next building, yo.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the whole for a week, it was like, oh yeah, lobster week, and we just the whole floor. Miss Woods hated it because she was on the same floor, on the same row. Like smelled it in homeroom. You just Belinsky with lobsters. So I think it's a different learning experience than like Zoom, and I think they're really not getting cheated, but
It's also if the teachers don't really put effort into those Zoom classes. Because weirdly, I've had my experience with like people who were good and who were bad. Yeah. So it's like you could see that some teachers are very unmotivated because a lot of people are depressed at this time. So I think it's gonna be weird for the kids growing up. So I hope at some point we do go back to school, get shit open again.
Fam,
look at Dale. Dale misses us.
Fam, I just feel like you crazy if you like. You crazy if you send your kid to an out-of-state college, like knowing that they're just gonna be online at the crib anyways. Like you paying like $100,000, taking out loans and shit. I'd be like, bro, you crazy.
Yeah, worth it.
Like, take your ass to see son, bro. Like you're not fucking. What are we going to?
Especially
man,
now,
go to see. Especially now, bro. If we all gonna be online, there's no. Why would you pay for no out-of-state shit? You crazy?
Because this is the degree. I don't know. Is it watered down?
White people?
No.
You said, is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was saying the degree. Like, is it
all
watered
the white
down?
kids are still gonna go out of state?
Degree? No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. I thought that's what you were saying. My bad.
I'm saying like, okay, let's say, all right, I go to Harvard, but I went there and went to every single class. I went to Harvard and I got an online degree. Does that take away?
Nigga, if it's Harvard, I'm
it's
still
Harvard.
going to Harvard.
So, but if it's another college, it's like.
You can went to Harvard part-time, still getting hired no matter
exactly, right?
This nigga said part-time.
Yeah, if it's Harvard, fam, you might. If that's setting you up in life and shit, I don't give a damn if it's only gonna be online for like at least another like a year max.
I feel like you go to Harvard for the connections mainly. It's like, you're gonna learn some shit, but you probably make the craziest connections.
Your Zoom class buddies.
Oh yeah, right.
Hey, that's what I will say. For those that's
the only thing about college that's like. Or that's like one of the good things. I think that's like one of the most beneficial things for college, like meeting the people before there's something.
They tell you that, though. They tell you that like the first day, like you should network with the people. Like you're gonna work with these people. You're gonna live with these people. That's one of the things that I didn't do so well was networking in college. And I would suggest people to network more if you're not networking more.
You just hung out under the bleachers all by yourself.
Some days, man. Some days, fucking a Black and Mild. Under the fucking bleachers, mad as hell. Bro, you leave a test hella mad. You know you fucking got like a D, but you ended up getting like a C for some odd reason, and then you just walk out hella mad. You walked into class knowing you was gonna fuck up on the test, so you walk out with a black and already. You don't even like really get to your smoking spot first. You already
lit.
Everybody else looking at you like, nigga, are you good? And you like, yeah, I'm straight.
Just inhaling all heavy, yo.
Hitting a fucking black walking out of class. They're like, this nigga's crazy as hell. You like, yeah, don't fuck with me right now.
Dude, Black and Mild days is definitely days of depression, yo. It's
I haven't slept in like 3 days studying for this fucking test. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, sorry, we don't know about that Black and Mild life. My bad. See, Melly Man, I was sitting there like, he got the little,
bullshit.
Got the little stizzy. Don't call this stizzy bullshit. It ain't no bullshit.
Fucking lychee ice. You gonna get
it's a stizzy. It's a stizzy.
That's not a stizzy.
No, he got the stizzy. Yeah, he off that gas pack, but now you want it.
Yeah, I want to smoke.
You say you want to? You trying to hit that?
I'm gonna smoke after.
Oh my bad. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, if I smoke, you know how I get when I smoke. I can't be making up words.
Yeah, I feel like it's only. Yeah, the smoking's only gonna make me worse right now. I can't even count. I'll stick my little champagne.
Yeah,
a little
bubbly.
We got a little champagne, man, a little bubbly, just to celebrate the new show. I feel like it's a little tacky that we got it in plastic cups.
Who cares, yo?
Yeah, we rocking out, man. We fucking rocking.
No blast.
We rocking out, man. All right, so what we talk? We talk about some 2020 shit. I feel like we can't talk. Well, if we talk in 2021, what's up? We want to talk. We talked a little bit of Capitol building.
Let's talk about Tory's president getting impeached.
Yeah, Tory, your president got impeached, man. What's up?
You know what I'm saying?
2 times.
Yeah, that's the second time, bruh.
I mean, it's a sad situation, the state that America is in. These fucking. No, I'm playing.
Nigga, don't keep going down this line. Oh yeah, clip it for sure.
Edit that one out.
Hey, Dale, what'd you say? What'd you say, Dale?
Tory about to get the video flagged.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, we edit that out. Or do some bleeps. I like bleeps.
Oh yeah, we gonna bleep. All right, yeah, that's all right. You good? We gonna bleep it out.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, we gonna. But yeah, man.
But yeah, no, we gonna stop the steal. You know what I'm saying? We really fighting strong. You know what I'm saying? My nigga with the Viking suit at the Capitol building, he knew what the fuck was going on.
All right, quit playing. All right, so if we talking impeachment, who got a good take about impeachment?
I was gonna give you something serious.
Oh, okay, well, good. I was just fucking with
No,
you.
fuck it. I don't want to do it no more.
No, it was funny. I was
Why
messing
not?
with you.
Come
Okay, so I
on,
can't
bro.
ask for
Tori,
that.
come
Fine.
on.
Tori, come on, give us your impeachment take. We're not going on to give us your impeachment take, man.
Or you might get impeached if you don't give us
Yeah.
the take. You feel me?
You gonna end up on the Zoom like Dale. We gonna.
You're gonna be in his house, we in his garage.
Oh God.
All right, so I don't look at like specifics. I look at narrative. All right, so with the impeachment, I really don't give a fuck. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they're gonna do with Trump. But the narrative is, of course, Trump is the epitome of the white male, middle-aged male that they're trying to destroy right now, like that image. You know what I'm saying? So, and he also embodies like what chaos is. So Trump, you know, Trump card, you know what I'm saying, like the fall. I think it was like a what was it, in House of Cards? They had like a president who kind of modeled Trump in a way. But he's the epitome of chaos. He's the image of chaos. So he's playing his role. You know what I'm saying? Like tearing down the country. So
Did he deserve to be impeached?
did he deserve to be impeached?
It was for
The
the
first
okay,
one
look,
you
okay,
signed.
okay,
The
I'm
first
gonna-
one and the second time.
All right, so look, what does deserve mean, right? Because it's like deserve to be impeached. I don't think he deserved to be in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm not answering, I'm going around a little bit.
Go ahead,
I'm thinking abstract, right? Deserve to be in office. Like, I'm like, conspiracy theory shit. I don't think he was. I think there's selections. Like, they're not elections. Like, the president is predetermined years
That's good.
before we even know who the fuck is gonna be the president. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'll stop
let
there.
me ask you this about Trump's second impeachment. Is
All right.
this the end of like celebrity political like jumps, or is this the beginning of it?
So what I see this as is like you have set it up now to where you have so much divisiveness in the country to where you have one side that literally thinks that we won the election fair and square, right? And then you have another side that is advocating for America, advocating for nationalism, advocating for a different type of like they claim themselves to be American. I don't know if you watch like Fox News, but like
Never.
or if you listen to Trump speak, he uses like certain keywords that talk to certain people. Like they know who they're talking to. They know who their target audience is.
Yeah.
That's
You know
a
what I mean?
fact.
So when they're like, oh, the people that destroy our country, they're talking about Black Lives Matter. They're talking about Antifa. They're talking about that. And then when they say, oh, the Americans, they're talking about the people who are Trump supporters. So with Trump, the second impeachment, that just kind of adds more fire to it. You know what I mean? And kind of to add to that point, I don't know if y'all pay attention to like commercials. Have y'all seen any like commercials lately?
Nah.
Okay, so
Honestly,
Maybe
just-
YouTube
maybe
ads?
YouTube, yeah, YouTube
Yeah,
ads.
that's
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
ads, commercials, it doesn't matter what it is. They have it's either a black person now, an interracial couple, or it's a
Yeah.
gay couple.
What about the transgenders?
Transgender, you're gonna see that on TV soon too.
Oh,
Like you're gonna see that on
shit.
TV soon too. And I think, and again, not specifics, but narrative. You know what I mean? Of like what they're trying to do. That ties into like the gender language they're doing in Congress. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going on that is
It's full.
in a weird space.
Like,
I am so sorry.
We definitely.
I'm so sorry. We weren't recording.
Damn.
Damn.
All right. Well.
Fuck. Where are we starting?
All right. Don't even trip. We ain't been back for that
Let's
long.
just go back to the Capitol.
All right, so back in this bitch.
All right, that's
I make
cool. That's
I make
cool
my
with me,
same
'cause
jokes
I
again.
call her a bitch. I don't know if I should call her a bitch.
Hey, back
No,
to
we
it.
good, we
Hey,
good.
should I make
We
my
good.
should I make my production joke again?
Sure.
Yeah.
That would have rang. Look, production. Bad production team. Hey, our production guy didn't show. Hey,
All right,
our
so back
peop-
to what was the point you was making?
hey, well, let
All
them
right, so
know.
talking
Let them know. Let them know though.
Okay.
We
Fast
was just
forward.
recording for like 5 minutes and not actually recording.
No
So I
audio.
made some funny jokes. It was funny. Just picture me saying some funny shit.
We
And
laughed.
And y'all laughed.
We laughed.
Yeah, that's
Like,
swear they
trust
was
us.
laughing.
We
We
had
laughed.
strippers and shit.
All right, so let's
Y'all missed
get
it.
let's get back in it on the Capitol building, man. So
The Capitol building. So the point that we made. Okay, so the first question that I asked was the headshot to her justifiable? And then Travis explained the whole story.
And
God
then,
damn
like,
it.
How do you feel
So-
about the people that say, you know, one thing you were going?
should I
Yeah.
re-explain this shit?
you explain it. 'Cause you
God
explain it.
damn it.
Explain
Okay.
and then
I'll
we
do a
take
better
turn.
job. I'll do a better job. No. Should I try? Because I gotta redo it. Re-explain
Shut up, Dale.
to them. I thought he was talking to me. I was like,
Hey, why
damn.
don't you take a crack at it? No.
You want me to go?
All right, well, all right. So
From whatever you heard from Travis, because these are Travis's words, and we could quote him.
All right, so look, re-articulate your point, and then one of us gonna pick up on it.
all right.
Gotcha.
So basically, if y'all didn't know what happened with the Capitol, I guess, or if just to make sure we all on the same type of page. Basically, the ballot counting was underway. Everything was going on. That was what was given the most television attention. They weren't giving Trump no like TV time, so like a lot of the TV shit didn't catch it. So niggas was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Basically, he gave a speech, and I mean I go on the speech, but basically the point was rigged election and shit, and the main message at the end of it was we gonna march down to Capitol Hill. And that nigga's not marching, but we gonna march down to Capitol Hill. And or why I keep saying Capitol Hill? I say the Capitol building.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah, that
the
sounds
Capitol.
stupid. Yeah, okay. So either way, the Capitol building, and then he got all of them to go there, but it was predetermined, like it was already set up.
Niggas was flying in.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
Niggas flew in to do that shit.
Didn't he? Okay, so about that, did he like post on Twitter about like?
It was a
going to the
Facebook group. I think a
was
lot of
Facebook
it came from apparently a Facebook group type
Motherfucking
shit.
Facebook, huh?
That's why I don't be using Facebook. But yeah, so
We can upload
They-
this on Big Tech.
yeah, so they all marched down to that shit, and you saw what they was doing, breaking in. 5 people died total. One police officer that I know of died. He got beaten to death.
Yeah.
So it was some crazy shit going on.
That's wild. That like, I think. Okay, so going back to that question, like, was the headshot justifiable? It's like, duh. In a sense, you know, it's like I'm not happy that somebody fucking died, but for like, I believe in crime and punishment in a sense, you know. So it's like what she did. She was trying to get into the like they were telling her to back off, and she was still trying to push through.
They had it on video.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They had the
there's
headshot
her.
on video?
No,
God
there's her
damn.
like post after it when there was like, oh, what the fuck, but
You see her and she's like, "It's a revolution."
You saw a video?
Yeah, I saw Vera getting shot actually, but like
Oh.
she got hit kind of in the neck area,
Hey.
it looked like. But she was like trying to break through this door, and like the officer was like, "Back up, stop it," and like obviously she wasn't listening, and all you see him just boom, and she just falls back, and like people are checking up on her and stuff. She's just bleeding everywhere through like this part of her face and stuff like
She
that.
died?
I saw the video. I mean, yeah, she died, but like it was just like crazy
he
because
said,
like you know.
yeah. Well, see,
She got shot in the face.
Hey, all I know is I don't know if I'm not wishing death on nobody, obviously. But all I know is if it was the 4 of us, nigga, we all getting shot. Like there's no doubt. There's literally just the 4 of us. That's enough. If we try to run up in that bit, we all getting shot.
Yeah.
Melly, you want to come too? You getting shot too, bro. We all got a little color in
dark
our
enough.
skin.
Come through.
Yeah, you dark. We all getting
Dude,
shot,
the
man.
police
That's,
told me to back up. I'm stopping everything I'm doing, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
Nigga,
taking 2
yeah,
steps
we-
back
we-
slowly.
we,
like, nah.
that switch is quick.
man, you know, damn, we protest and get maced. You be out there and you
That's
protest,
just-
you get arrested. They was filling up buses in LA. I was on one of them buses getting filled up with people getting arrested and shit. So it's definitely a different level of treatment. I think that's what people are really seeing from this is like you literally like, bro, when you look at the pictures, bro, like it was a fucking swarm. That's how you know it was not let's all go down. Nah, fam, like there was
You know,
thousands
they
of
had zero
people.
plan going in there. Like,
Yeah, if you look at them when they was in there, like niggas was like, what the fuck? Like
they're
they was
climbing walls like, "Hey, we made it. What are we gonna do now?"
them niggas thought
It's
they
like-
just won a championship or something. Niggas was in there they're taking flicking up and shit. I'm like, bruh. But although there is some shit that where they say it was targeted because they got straight into Nancy Pelosi's office.
Yeah,
And they was like-
that's premeditated.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
wasn't no accident. They say it's
you
like a
deserve
labyrinth.
The punishment for it. For the people that like were like, "Yo, I'm like that was my guy," like Trump, that was my guy, and like in a sense, it's like you guys were just following a movement. You know, some people, and it's like, damn, you guys got hustled, yo. Like you guys
y'all are
literally
pussies.
got hustled.
But they don't see it as a hustle.
Well, they were like, okay, it's a revolution, but same thing. Like, think about when America revolted against. England,
Okay, but look,
right?
look, back to that point, right? I don't know if that caught on camera, but the point like I made about how they use certain words, keywords,
Mm-hmm.
right? Americans. So the same Americans that fought the British and the tyranny and here tying everything, right? Communist China, Biden. We
Yeah.
are the Americans that are fighting for the patriot, like the you know what I'm saying, the patriotic standards and I guess constitution that like we love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you got Biden that wants to take away guns. Like he has really like.
You're expecting the divide.
They're trying to really
It's
take away like
fucking-
the Second Amendment is like really trying to go away. They're censoring Trump, but now it's like
What's the Second Amendment? Just state that.
to bear arms.
I don't even
Right to
fuck with the
bear arms.
Constitution though.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't fuck with the Constitution.
Why is that?
Black people shouldn't fuck with nothing that
That slave owners wrote.
like, like there's nothing. Honestly, if you want to talk about that,
Yes,
there's
let's talk-
nothing. There's nothing we should really be
I'll get off-
fucking with.
I'll get
but,
off,
like,
yeah.
Since we're here and fuck it, I'm American. You know what I'm saying? I want to live by a Constitution.
Wait, but
Like,
you know what? Just to delve into the for a second, the Constitution. Because being, what are you talking about? Fuck the Constitution.
we the people. We were not the people.
Fam,
You
we
know
were
what I'm saying?
3/5 of people,
We-
nigga.
we've
All right,
never
let's be
been
real. Let's
seen
be
as
real.
people.
The
Like, how do you-
Constitution was written by fucking slave owners, and fam. But even aside from that, what is this shit? How is the Second Amendment is bare? That's the second one they came up with.
That's
is
important.
fucking-
That's very important.
The first one is freedom of speech. The next one is you can have guns.
Because they needed it against the British.
Exactly.
So-
it was
so-
written
so
for a
here's the
different
thing, though.
time. That's
No,
what I'm
but
saying.
They wrote it to say like, okay, if we're gonna have our own government, we want to give the people the right to fight against us. Like if the government decided to take too much power, we need the people to have guns, to have a militia, to be able to fight the government. If you don't have guns, you have Hitler. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
that was one of the first things he did was take away guns from the country and say they don't need guns. Like Stalin, Mussolini, like any of the
They
people,
took out guns.
they take away guns.
Oh,
they take away guns. They
damn.
change the language.
Them motherfuckers
like
smart,
burn
yo.
some books. Like
Shit, I learned
there's nobody
something.
To, there's
I didn't
nobody
know
to
that.
fight you. Think about it. There's nobody to fight you. And America is the last country to actually just have guns. Like Australia, they got rid of them. Britain, they got knives and shit. You just fucking throw knives at people. But that's why you have those crazy ass like knife attacks. You know what I'm saying? Like other places in the world, they don't really.
They gotta get creative.
And
with
niggas
their-
think
with
that
their
you-
weapon.
niggas
that's
think
why
the
in
UK
Britain,
is
they
sweet.
throwing acid on people. We don't really have that. Like, cause yeah. And
Yeah,
Where y'all
It's
getting
shot.
acid from? Y'all
it's
buying
weird.
it off like
It's
the
weird.
dark
It's
web?
a weird
or some
dynamic
shit?
in Britain. I haven't been there, but I just read up on
Yeah.
it. But like America is the only place that really has guns. So once they take away the guns, there's nothing. Even though I'm not gonna say that every single school shooting is fake or movie shooting, whatever. I'm not saying the shootings are fake, but I think there is a narrative that is pushing towards taking away the people's guns.
The
Like
stats are a little exaggerated.
The
I'll
way-
say
I don't
that.
know.
Well, the
I
way-
just think that a lot of the rhetoric that people are talking about, or that congressmen and congresswomen are talking about, just doesn't make any sense, and it leads towards a conversation to where it's like you're really infringing upon our right, and what you're saying right now is literally going against what the Constitution
Yeah.
is for, and it's leading towards a route and a road that says we control you, shut the fuck up.
I
And
feel
there's
like
nothing you could do about
I
it because
know.
we control speech and we have your guns, and now everything else is just policy, and you're so brainwashed to say I accept this.
Yeah, I feel like there's two sides to it too. Because I used to, and I feel what you're saying. Because I used to kind of be on the other side in terms of like, every time there's a school shooting, everyone's like, you guys think there's no issue with gun control? So I would kind of see that and be like, yeah, man, like niggas can't be having gun. And it's like, oh, it was a legally purchased gun. First of all, that's because it's always white people. That's why it's a legally purchased fucking gun. Because I was gonna say, I mean, the thing is, because then even talking to my brother, one of the things he had said was like, yeah, so basically what that means, how we can't have guns, shit like that, we can't be out with guns, is when someone does shoot up the place, all of us that follow the law, we just sit and duck, so you better run, nigga.
Yeah,
but everybody,
fucking yeah.
all the niggas that are gonna have guns regardless, because fam, if you can't buy a gun legally, we in LA, everyone knows a way to find someone who can get them a gun, so anyone
Yeah.
could really get that if they want to. So it's a toss up, because it's like people are gonna be able to get guns regardless.
I
So
got a question about that. You know, if there's a shooting and somebody has a gun, but it's not legal, but they kill the perpetrator.
Yeah, I
What
wonder about
happens
that.
to them?
I honestly
What
wonder
would
about that
happen
because
to them?
obviously,
It
like,
might, I don't know.
it's
Look that
obviously
up.
self-defense. I think the only charge you'd get is probably
The
having
gun
the
charge,
gun
right?
exactly. But that's kind of fucked up. Like you save all these
You saved
motherfuckers'
everybody.
lives.
You the fucking hero.
And you know
What's
you know what you do though
Get
is
here late.
don't take the credit.
Yeah.
Fire on them and dip.
Oh, facts,
dip like
facts.
the rest of them. I don't
Yeah,
know
hope they
who
didn't got
shot
no
him.
CCTV footage or nothing.
I don't know
like
who
that.
shot him.
I
All right,
think
my
the
bad. We
point
got.
of, like, no,
Oh,
but-
okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
But no, just we'll walk this last topic and we'll go on to something else. But
I was
like,
gonna go back to the Capitol just with one thing.
oh, yeah, that's fine. But
Oh yeah,
think-
I got some shit I want to tell you about the Capitol too.
All right, yeah. Last comment. I don't think taking guns or making it hard for good people to get guns, like, makes it easier or harder for bad people to like obtain guns and still go shoot.
Exactly.
Kind of like what your brother was
I want a
saying.
gun, I'm gonna
But
get
it's
one
like,
later tonight.
If I want to legally own a gun, I'm most likely not gonna shoot up a place. Like,
Unless you white.
Cause right. like that's not my intent. You know what I'm saying? So like me not being able to own a gun or having to jump through a million hoops to get a gun because policy and all that other shit doesn't mean that somebody who's bad and has an AK-47 won't go unload.
Yeah, you just
Like-
go shoot the birds, right?
Yeah, I feel
Or
like
throw knives at them like they do in Britain.
well, honestly, that's why it's one of the things. Like, I always got an opinion on shit, but when it comes to guns, like, I really just don't know what the solution is. Cause like the same shit you're saying is true,
It's too broad.
but then if someone comes and it's always that's always the biggest thing to harp on. He got this gun legally, so you know what I think makes sense is when they talk about you need to make it harder for people to get guns legally. Because a lot of them white people, it really is like when shoot at the spot and shit. It's always illegally purchased guns. You don't need that. So I understand, I guess, putting some restrictions and restraints on it, and at least making it harder to like screen the people that get guns. But I'm just not sure, bro, because like anyone could just shoot at people with guns. You feel me? So it's like it's just a hard thing to gauge. And it's like you said, you take guns away from people that are good, and we don't have no concealed carriers licenses in California and shit. So it's like we kind of all defenseless to whoever did want to pick up a gun and do their shit.
Shoot up
This
everybody.
conversation goes into mental health like easily because it's like people who are like deranged, they definitely had some fucked up childhood or something happened to them, but it's like it's still not excusable, you know. I think like we're a society and it kind of has to work as a whole, but it's like that's the liberal version, I feel like. But I feel that I'm kind of like split in that sense because you'll think that we can work as society as a whole, but it's not really how it is.
There's
'Cause
no
there's
such
too
thing
many
as like
tangibles.
we have this idea of world. Well, we gotta include Dale.
Oh yeah, Dale, what's up?
Dale just over there looking like.
Yeah, you already know how it is. I already know
Y'all saying some
Rory.
interesting things, though. I was really like engaged and listening to what y'all had to say. Very thoughtful.
yeah.
Welcome to the podcast,
conversation.
man. Welcome to the
I think it's
podcast.
like
He dumb as fuck.
That's just a Keith's question. He told me to look something up about if you assist a cop and you know you don't have
It's not legal?
It's not legal. So basically, in simpler terms, you get fined for it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, technically, it's not
Damn.
gonna be legal if you have an unregistered gun and you shoot the person that's shooting people. But at the same time, like, I don't think
Law is
like
crazy.
had you it just been you and a nigga in a parking lot and he pulled a gun and you pull and kill him, that's one thing. But if it's a mass shooting, I'm sure the punishment
get-
would not be as
you
severe
might
as
get
it would have been.
Yeah, I
'cause
think the judge would need to have a heart
Alright.
in a sense.
all right.
So he could dispute it, but
Oh, unless you're black or something, you know.
you'll be able to get out of it.
Yeah, so all right, so back to this capital shit. We went way off, but that's just because I just love talking to y'all, man. I don't
That's
even know
how
what to say.
conversation-
Oh yeah,
Bro,
no. Because I
baby.
think you made a good point though. You were talking about like kind of like good guys don't have guns, bad guys don't have guns. But I was saying like I don't think there is this and I just realized this, like there is no real world peace. Like
Mhm.
as much as we like want to have it and ask for it and social justice and all that other shit, there is no world peace. You're gonna have every single spectrum of a person at every single moment at that time. So it's like you're always gonna have another Hitler. Like because there's billions of people and there's always gonna be that one guy who's fucking crazy or has some repressed feelings about something, and that is a part of our animal being that you can't just eliminate.
Think
Like,
about the Hitlers that died, like maybe in an accident or like they were supposed they probably had that mindset of being Hitler, but then they got murked
This
in the
nigga's
stupidest
crazy.
way possible, dude.
well, they
This
were
nigga
Hitler.
is
But I'm
crazy.
saying like for every kind of like this, right? For every single positive charge, you have a negative, correct?
Yeah.
So it's like there is no eliminating that negative because as long as we are human and as long as we are experiencing this world and this life, you're always gonna have that one person that looks at something and says, "I'm gonna kill that for my own benefit."
That's what this election kind of taught me.
Yeah.
Because that's why obviously wanted Biden to win. I mean, I don't want a racist in the office no more, but like that was one of the things, kind of my takeaways from it, that like even after Biden won and shit, and obviously no one's saying Biden is like a perfect character, nigga. In the hell nah, but he's not that nigga. Has people who are supporting him that are openly all that, but that was the biggest takeaway. Is like, damn, bro, like even though Biden won, it's like 70 million people voted for this dude. Like the same shit we see talking about. There's good people on both sides. When the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Well, him getting impeached is like the second impeachment is for him to never be able to run again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's why that shit does have meaning. Because I know
Yeah.
people say it's the end of his term, but first of all, he gonna be butthurt. You know that
Yeah.
bitch. You know he's gonna be hurt when he gets fucking impeached. But then on top of that is the reality of it is, he
Yeah.
can't run again. Okay, can I tell y'all the
Oh,
shit I
he's
want
a
to tell you about the
Capitol.
Capitol
Yeah,
building?
Capitol,
Come
Capitol,
on, man. All right, so
Capitol.
look. So a lot of niggas, right?
Everything recorded.
You capping on the
Yeah,
Capitol.
everything right.
Come on,
Where should we
man.
go? Where should we go? So look, you know how like a lot of motherfuckers, like I said, they flew in here. You might ask me how I know. Cause since they was all on camera and they was all posting, and you had cops pulling up and posting pictures with them while one of another cop was in there dead and all that. Either way. Yeah. So when them niggas tried to get back on the plane to go back home, oh yeah, they on the no-fly list now, niggas.
No way.
So
what do you mean they're on the no-fly list?
There's videos of guys like finding out that they now on the no-fly. Like they identified who niggas was. You are not flying no more. And bro, one dude was crying. I said we gotta pull up some videos and start airing them bitches out because that was
homeless
funny.
in a completely new state. That's
Bruh,
crazy.
like, bruh.
So wait, okay. So while people were not protesting, fucking.
It's not a
running through-
protest.
You know what I'm saying? Running
Not
through
a
the Capitol building, or whatever. They said Trump supporters are not allowed to fly.
No.
Those
All the niggas
specifics.
that broke into the Capitol building, all the ones they catching
They
on
had them
camera.
that fast, like the FBI shit.
Damn, that was good.
I mean, I don't know if it was happening right at the
facial
moment of it, but yeah, exactly. I mean, because the thing is though, those dumbasses like they occupied the building and then had nope, like we just gonna stay in here. So like then they get nicely escorted, bro. That's the thing that just pissed me, man. We would have been dead, bro.
Hey, we should have went and smoked up. We should have just gassed the fucking Capitol building. That would have been hella fun, bro. Imagine we just around a bunch of crazy ass white motherfuckers and we just sitting there like, this is crazy.
Okay,
In the
Yo,
Capitol.
did you see the kids that were selling the Trump sweaters to the Trump supporters? But they don't support Trump. They were
Smart as
selling
fuck.
them for $100 a piece,
Smart as
yo.
fuck. We should have did
Isn't
that.
that wild?
fuck that,
Yo,
nigga. I would
we're
never.
fucking up.
We,
Making bank.
we should have sold Trump masks. Trump
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Why are we not doing this?
Or like Trump sneeze napkins.
What are we
You
doing
know?
fucking filming this? We need to go get some Trump shit and sell it to
Oh,
dumbass motherfuckers.
one more.
not
last
funny.
thing on
Like
the
the Orange
Capitol.
County and shit.
Bro, they're crazy out there. Don't even get me started.
Last thing on
I
the
was just
Capitol.
out there.
So you know how they were comparing BLM and the
Yeah, fuck that. Let's talk about that shit for real.
So it's very twisted with that because those people believed in something for themselves, you know, and BLM is a belief of a huge group of people, and it's like, do you think them doing that is? Do you think the people who burned down the police station in Minnesota deserve jail time?
Dale?
Do they deserve jail time? I mean, what do you mean by deserve? Like by the letter of the law?
Crime and punishment.
Then yeah, they should be jailed. But if you're going by morality, which is obviously not how the way the world
Do you
works.
think those actions were correct? That it should have happened?
I mean, they're justifying their actions, but at the end of the day, like they live in a nation with a set of laws, and you choose to break those laws, you gotta deal with the consequences. But those people decided that it was worth the risk to get the point across, you know. And for that, they have my respect for it. But at the end of the day, like you still did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, not on that same note, you know, I kind of want to get the Trumpies mad. Now, honestly, I don't. Honestly, I know I've been talking a lot of shit about the Trumpies, but the way I kind of look at it, if people are going to be tapped into this, I'd rather them at least get a new perspective and not feel like they're getting shitted on. But when people make the comparison of like, oh, well, Black Lives Matter was tearing down buildings and shit like that. But like, there's so many layers to unpeel when people make comments like that, because and people made the same thing even when Trump lost, which he did.
Yeah.
When he lost,
Loser.
according to the count, okay. When he lost, and people were saying, "Do you see how we didn't tear up buildings?" All that shit just shows like such a lack of understanding. Like when someone gets when you see another black person get killed, like what people don't get is like it's, you know, like obviously when George Floyd R.I.P. When that happened, so many people, that was when it started. When we've kind of talked about it, that's when they started paying attention to this shit. And that's when it started becoming apparent to them. What they don't understand is like black people. No. This is the final straw, but it's not the first straw. Not at all. So, it's all good. No, it's all good. We'll just get it after. It's not the first straw, man. It's the final straw. So, what people don't get is like the first shit that really hit me was Trayvon when I was 9. I was like 9 or 8 years old. I'm young, so I don't. That's when I first start understanding how fucked up the world is and like how shit can is for us. And like that goes back to Emmett Till. That goes back. We could fucking. I'm not gonna try to list them off because we go on forever. But it's like that's where that anger comes from. But then at the same time, when people say, "Oh, the Black Lives Matter movement did it," fam. What's the lead? Alicia Garza, I believe, is the leader of Black Lives Matter. You'll never see. When did she ever tell people to tear shit up or to riot? You'll never see that. You'll never see. I was at those Black Lives Matter protests, the ones that they're orchestrating. They're all peaceful. But at the same time, I'm not hating on cats who even knows where people are from. You might be somewhere where you get shot at sometimes, like shit like that going down. I don't know what your mental state is, but I understand where that pent up anger comes from. So nigga, I might be breaking some shit too, cause you feel like the world ain't hearing you. You might live in a certain spot where it's already like there's just different shit going on. So there's a lot of places where that anger comes from, and I understand it's very unfortunate to a lot of the business owners, the small businesses where shit like that was going down. And I understand that they don't deserve that, especially if they're in support. But at the same time,
but that's what people do when there's injustice. You know that we go tear shit up for a second because that's the only way to get their fucking attention.
And unfortunately, and that's the crazy part. But instead of just getting their attention clean, it starts becoming the attention is like, look at all the buildings they're destroying. And the same people, some people that were even on the side of it, we're talking about, oh man, but what are y'all doing, man? This isn't helping nothing. And it's like, fam, first of all, you know that there was some anarchist motherfucker. It was just literally there to break shit only. But at the same time, like, I think people just fail to understand, like, when you see someone, like, you're seeing another person, your color die. Like, I think people don't understand what black people feel like when they're in the car and a cop passes by. They don't know what they feel like when they interact with a cop. They don't know what they feel like seeing other people of their same color dying because of their color. And then, so they wonder where all that comes from. So, fam, don't compare an election to seeing your own people getting killed. That's not the same at all.
Yeah.
It's not the same. No one's breaking shit over no election. It's not the case at all. And even if the riots had happened after the election, say Trump won, nigga, that's because you got a racist in the fucking Oval Office. So that is a little bit more justified than you just being mad that your guy didn't win. So it's kind of irritating when people try to compare that to the Capitol building shit. Y'all just fucking went because your man told y'all to go, and y'all got a cop killed.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are y'all doing?
I thought it was definitely justifiable, especially when, like, you're gonna beat a cop down to, like you guys were already in the fucking building. It's not like they were stopping you from getting in the building. You guys entered easily.
No, click that little button right under and slide it off. You'll see a little.
It's
keep going.
They let them in
sticky,
the building.
though.
That's the crazy part. There was footage of like people guarding, opening up the gates to let the rioters in the building.
Yeah, that's when the conspiracies be going in.
It's definitely conspiracy, because I heard reports that like they were spending the night in like very expensive hotels, and I seen some of those people at them riots. They can't afford that shit. Yeah. People were flying in and stuff. Like, I saw a report that Trump basically tried to strong arm Pence into joining him in the riot. He basically called him a pussy if he didn't join in with him, like dead ass, like verbatim. He said, like, you can be part of history or be a pussy. And then Pence was like, okay, I'm cool with being a pussy. I'll be that. And it's the fact that this is not like some spontaneous thing. This was organized. I'm not sure how deep it goes with like who's funding it and stuff like that, but somebody's definitely funding it from the background, because there's no way this many people from this demographic can show up in one spot and cause this scene. And the fact that like they were able to go in, like they had an inside job too. People on the inside were helping them as well. And it was all organized from the jump.
Oh God. Hey Dale, can you stop though? You're gonna lose all our Trump fans. We trying to grow the pod. Can you stop?
Oh, my bad.
Stop.
Music, though.
Come on, man.
Fuck with me.
Yeah. And I feel like.
So look, don't press that button over there. My fault.
Oh no, you good. Yeah, some crazy shit. This is kind of like off topic, I guess, in the line of what we've been saying, but I talked about it earlier when this shit wasn't rolling, but it was just crazy when you hear about the police officers that were in there, and which is crazy because like all them Trumpies is like, no, there's no racism, the cops aren't targeting, and then they in there killing a cop. Like, y'all in there were, one of the cops who was talking about was a hero. He's a black dude. He basically, I guess, led them away from where like the civilians was at and kind of led them to all the where the cops was at, like, because he's backing up and they all following him. It was really like an angry mob of idiots. I was gonna say a different word.
You think Trump was proud?
Here, help him.
Yeah, probably. Oh, can you help him?
Yeah.
But yeah, the crazy part was when you see what those police officers was going through in there, and I'm not an anti-police guy. I'm an anti-racism guy. So it's regardless. We'll get more into police shit later, but. Yeah, when they're dealing with that, you know, one of your other cops is dead because they got beaten to death. And then you see your other fellow cops from DC pull up and they start taking pictures with the same people who just overran y'all. So y'all are hoping for backup, and you see these cops out here taking pictures of people, and that's kind of crazy, bro. Like, I can't imagine how those police officers feel. especially knowing like what they went through and how crazy that shit is. Like imagine you come to work and that shit starts going.
God. You know, it's like,
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like kind of.
hey,
got
just,
you. No, keep
could you
going.
flip the camera like screens towards us?
Our
Yeah, so we
production
can just
team is
see it.
ass.
No,
No,
you good?
you good, bro. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, we've been talking for an hour and 39 minutes. Okay.
Okay,
All right, let's trump
okay.
this topic or impeach this.
I know.
topic.
Yeah. Peaches.
Really good podcast. We back.
Yeah, really
good
so
recording?
Press the button.
Record.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Way to save the pod. Way to
We're
save
learning.
the pod,
We're
man.
learning.
All
We're
right.
fast learners.
All right, man. So I think we kind of killed the Capitol building stuff. We got through it,
I want to
man.
head you in a little bit.
Huh?
Just
Oh,
head you in a little bit because
my
that
bad.
camera. You know, you want
Yeah, you
you,
gotta
you
see it.
want
Appreciate
your
you,
face over there so I
appreciate
can
you.
Clip
I
it.
don't know what happened to me.
Hey, so what's Dale? So what's up with your boy Kanye? So were the rumors true or were they? What's up? Give me some
The Jeffree
insight.
Star rumors?
The Jeffree Star rumors. Yeah, man. What's
It was
up?
fake. That shit was mad fake. When I first saw it, I'm kind of mad because I low-key believed it. Not gonna lie. But I thought about it.
See,
I
the
was
thing-
like,
the thing with
nah.
stuff like-
This Kanye's doing some weird shit, bro. Like he ain't not the same nigga he was 10 years ago. So I was like, I don't know what he up to. So there's been rumors about him being gay, but like there's rumors about like every like artist being gay, and like.
It's a lie that's enjoyable, man.
But yeah, so that's why some news when I hear about it. Oh, if y'all don't know, there was a big rumor. You know, Kanye and Jeffree, or you know, when everyone came out with the Kim K divorce, everyone found out about it that him and Kanye and Kim are getting divorced. People started. There's a rumor that Kanye and Jeffree Star have been doing some stuff
was
together, man.
throating.
Some people were saying Kanye was a bottom. Either way, regardless,
he was.
that's what they
throating
were
it.
saying. They say he on
He
bottom.
was catching.
He was catching, regardless. So then, but the thing, so yeah, when I hear like rumors and shit or shit like that, like I enjoy being able to laugh at it and kind of like, I don't want to say entertain that thought because that sounds weird when you look at the subject matter, but like in terms of like, I'm just like, yo, I can see it, and they're talking about Virgil and him. Oh, him and Virgil had some shit. Okay, like I'm enjoying it. Like I'm like, okay, cool.
It's
I'm
like
not-
how far can they take it?
I'm not going to sit there and like be trying to convince, bro, it's true. I don't know. It's just a source. So, but then it actually came out by a TikTok. I don't even know her name, and it don't really matter because she famous for licking toilets, so it's fine. But regardless, that's what she famous. So that's the crazy thing.
people was believing a bitch that licked toilets.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
Frank, that's what she's gonna be
Oh my
remembered
God,
for, yo.
you
That's
gotta
love
wild.
America.
that's the thing. That's why it's funny because like you got to look eventually. You know, you got to look at the source. That's the thing. If you want to really delve into it and make like an educated claim, you should look at the source. If you don't give a fuck, then you just laugh. That's what I did. I didn't give a fuck. But now it came out. She basically
What
came
the
out and
fuck?
said, I just made it up. I just wanted to get my name buzzing again and get attention. And I was like,
It worked.
makes sense. I
That's
mean, it
the-
makes sense
yeah,
if you
'cause
look at her line of work. It's like, yeah, okay.
You look fucking
She
toilets.
popped back in, like at least for a day. You know, she got her week worth of attention,
5
and then
minutes,
let's
15
see what
minutes.
happens after.
Oh, you're not still tapping in?
Huh?
You're not still
in?
tapping in with her page?
Oh man, you know.
I know you on
she-
TikTok.
She started licking like floors, but you know, I enjoy the toilets a little bit more. You
That's
know.
that new shit.
Add a little more spice to it.
Yeah, she be licking ceilings sometimes too. She be stepping on
So
ladders.
she just be licking shit.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It's
Nah,
just,
she
I
she
think it's
licked
just
an,
toilets.
an
She
airplane
got
toilet.
famous.
An airplane toilet was one of the
Oh,
worst.
that's not that bad. How
Well-
many people use an airplane toilet? Damn,
A
nah,
lot,
think about
nigga.
it, yeah, a lot of
Dude,
people.
a lot,
Okay, but
nigga.
let's say you like get on the flight and like I'm not justifying her licking toilet.
I see what
but
you're
I'm saying
saying.
like it
I
might
see where
be a
you're going.
clean ass airplane toilet that you might just lick, or is it like it was like a 12-hour flight?
And they just took some Decolax.
You know what I'm saying? And the nigga was in there like blowing that shit up, and like you smelt it in the fucking airplane like hallway type shit, whatever that's called.
You might want to get closer.
Man, she probably just wipe
That's
off the
cool.
toilet seat. She literally probably just
I
put a
don't think it's-
disinfectant wipe off the toilet seat and then lick it. And it's like, okay.
yeah, she probably get some Clorox or something.
I would assume, but
Well,
if she
she did it
don't,
for clout. That's
It's a-
I
yeah.
can't believe people would be doing the craziest antics for that type of shit.
it's not
For clout?
crazy. I was actually thinking about doing it for my way back down promo.
Way back down,
Licking
probably.
toilets
Something. No, I got to make
Oh,
my
at the
own
beach?
shit.
at the beach.
At the
Licking
lick the
sand?
sand.
No, toilets at the beach.
Toilet. Ooh, yeah, that's fucking nasty. That's so fucking gross, bro.
Oh god.
Beach bathrooms.
That
are
is
Or the
nasty.
shower,
nasty,
the
yo.
shower at the beach.
Hey Dale, you the type to be taking a shit at a beach bathroom, but cozy. Like you sitting there for like 10 minutes on your phone.
On
and
Twitter.
shit.
You take the type
On
of shit that your
Twitter.
underwear comes off.
Dale, you were the type of nigga at lunch. We wouldn't see you at lunch because you was shitting in the high school bathroom.
For 30 minutes.
saw this shit at Sosa's maybe like twice the whole time I've been there. Real talk. Orlando
fucking
was
liar.
the nigga who was always shitting in Sosa's, bro. Orlando was
I
constantly
shit in
shit.
Sosa's my first day.
He just gonna out Orlando like
No, I'm
that.
saying like at lunch because I think about it like.
Hey, no edit, no edit, no edit, no edit. Hey, that's gonna make sure the homies be tapping into this bitch. We gonna start bringing up some shit.
And we're that one time, no.
Like, hey, we're gonna have a story time next pod.
Oh, yeah, nah.
First subject.
I used to wait for class so I could leave class to take shits.
Dude, my first day of school, I ate like these like cocoa something, not puffs, or just like some new cereal that just came out. And I ate it in the morning because I was super nervous. And this is like when I just started wearing like boxers. Because at the time before that, I was just wearing like fucking underwear. I was Captain Underpants and shit. But for real, skid marks, you know? I'm just kidding. But yeah, so my first day of Sosa's is like, I was super nervous, and then I was sitting next to my brother, just when my brother's going to school with me, and I was like, dude, I'm like rocking back and forth, because like my stomach's hurting now. And then I'm like, yo, dude, I really got to go. And I was like, you can't tell the bus driver? He's like, nah. And then I'm like, I'm a child, and I'm like laying down on his lap now. I'm just like rocking back and forth, trying to hold this shit in. And then finally, when we get out, I'm sprinting to the bathroom, yo. And this is fourth grade. First day of school, fourth grade, dude. And then once I get to the bathroom, I don't even put down fucking paper to the shit. I'm that nasty, bro. Fourth grade. This is my first time shitting in school ever. Like, not even in.
Yo, like, who made this nigga have to tell him fucking?
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me just get to the end.
All right.
You better get to the end at this point. You better keep going. You better finish the story, nigga. I'm interested now.
So I go in there, no paper on the fucking toilet, and boom, I drop my pants. Not gonna lie, I shit my pants just a little bit, because I had to throw those boxers away.
Okay.
Bro, first boxers ever. No, but then once I took the shit, people started walking in because the bell rang, and this is new school. I don't know anything how this shit goes. And there's like these older kids, and they're like, "Oh, who's shit in the bathroom?" And I'm just sitting there like, "What the fuck?" And my brother's sitting in there, and he's died himself, bro. Embarrassing shit.
What did you eat?
Embarrassing shit, huh? It's like a pun, huh?
Cereal made you shit?
Dude, it was cereal and milk. Crazy,
So,
right?
so the milk, were you lactose like tolerant? Like,
No, it was just chocolate cereal in the morning.
He was nervous.
I don't eat breakfast. Like,
Damn.
for like the first 12 years, my parents thought breakfast wasn't important.
Well, I was about to say, what a nerd. Who ate breakfast before school? That means you gotta get up on time and shit.
yeah, that.
Nigga, I never ate breakfast
Yeah,
before
because
school.
that wasn't normal. That wasn't normalized. Like, you're just like, okay, my body don't need breakfast, so I'm gonna just run to school. And then you grow to be like 6'4" and 160, you know?
Don't fucking flex like like everyone just fucking grow to 6'4", motherfucker. Oh, you're flexing on us.
It was a personal.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, then you go 6'4",
accolade.
160. Yeah, over.
I was 6'4" once.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, when you grab a rim.
me too. Bro, that shit is no, but all right. Yeah, hey,
what we got next?
this is some really high level podcasting right here, motherfucker.
You guys got a piece of me right there, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate. Hey,
piece
first,
of shit.
What's the like?
we
what's the-
appreciate you
do
for sharing.
You think about any place you took a shit you regretted, or like a place that you knew you shouldn't?
Oh,
have took a
Dale
shit
for
at?
sure got to
I
answer for
felt
this
shame,
one.
yo.
Dale, you got to answer next.
Like a place you know you shouldn't have took a shit at, but you took a shit anyway.
Say that one more time.
Like a place you didn't want to, but you know you shouldn't take a shit at this place, or like wherever you at, it's like not the right place for shit.
What's the worst conditions you take a shit in?
But you shit anyway.
Like, outside could be one.
Oh, I remember this. Fucking, I was at the aquarium, bro.
Okay, what was bad about it?
But have you been to like a fucking beach bathroom? Now, imagine that, but like doubly as bad, bro.
So it was worse than a beach.
What kind of shoes were you wearing? Flip-flops?
Nah, I was wearing straight up sneakers.
Shoes are you wearing?
Flip-flops, because he's in a shitty bathroom, you know? What if it's like...
So I was wearing some sneakers, but it was like I got to get all the toilet paper. I covered that. I don't rock dog toilets like you were doing, so I covered that entire seat. And I think I was hovering too, guys. I'm not getting anywhere close to that shit, but that's kind of for me.
Did you ever like lift your feet up so people wouldn't see your shoes? So then when you got out the bathroom, nobody knew it was you.
Are you able to shit with your feet like you're trying to balance it though? You think you'd be able? You think you'd be able?
Bro,
to
all you gotta do is put your hands right. Cause I'm asking the question, but obviously I did it because I said it so excited. But like you got the hands up right here. You put the feet up so nobody see your sneakers. Cause then if somebody see your sneakers, they be like, "Hey, you was taking a shit earlier." And then let's say your homies walk in. Let's say your homies walk in, and it's like, "Yeah, I know you got them Vans on today and every day because it's high school, so you wear the same shoes."
But what if it's those checkered ones that everybody has? You know.
Nah, I know the dirt stains. I see your shoes. You said you wear the same shoes.
Everybody had crispy shoes on the first day. I had
or you would just
shoes.
know. You would know somebody's shoes. Like, oh, that's somebody's feet. You'd be like, yeah, that's that nigga shitting right there. Look at him.
Dude,
I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, hot. He'd be like, hey. Because he used to wear them red Vans. He used to wear them red Vans.
You would take a morning.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, nigga,
high
miss you
school.
shitting? They be like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, what class you got?
High school, you only got so many shoes too, so like, and you wearing them on the same day. Not that many niggas wearing the same shoes on the same day.
Yeah.
All right, so I've lost.
We've been talking about shit.
I'm about to say I've lost
Nah,
enough brain cells. You know, we're just kidding.
I just want to have a little fun with that
I'm
shit,
glad. I was fucking.
I'm gonna
with
clip some of these.
Yeah, but all that's fun and games, and I'm glad y'all having fun. But let's get down to some real shit. You getting vaccinated?
Fuck no.
Are you getting vaccinated?
I'm never getting vaccinated.
When are you getting? What?
I'm never getting vaccinated.
I thought black people get the first round.
Ha! That's what what's her face.
We're in the United States, brother. Not getting the
Melinda
first
Gates,
round of bullets.
Fucking,
Not the first round of fucking bullets. That's what you
know.
gonna get.
Melinda Gates. Black people should get a vaccine first.
Fuck it.
I would get skeptical when you say that. Yeah. Black people, you guys are frightened. Wait,
Yo, yeah.
why?
Oh, now y'all care.
Wait, well, like why? Why first? That's gonna make me even
We
more
want y'all to
skeptical.
be safe.
So, you feel like, but real talk though.
All right, real talk, serious.
And Dale too. But no, well, even with you, no, see you good. But I was saying like, so would y'all? What do y'all think about that? Would y'all get this shit?
No, I think it's a lot of bullshit around the vaccine. I really do.
What's the bullshit?
Bullshit.
The fact that it's rushed. You know what I'm saying? Like a rushed vaccine. I already have a lot of questions about the origination and
I got a response.
and the hype for the COVID shit. Like I'm not saying that COVID's fake. COVID is a virus.
It's all hype.
It's not all hype, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of questions, and I think for me to just say, I'm gonna get a vaccine, I'm gonna get a foreign substance injected into my body because of the fear of the world, I don't agree with that. So for my own like morals, I don't feel like I need it. Even if I got COVID, I still want to get a vaccine.
Would you worry about the people you might get infected after you get it?
I'll quarantine myself. I mean, that's a worry you get with any sickness. Like you worry, you should. I mean, and that's another thing. Like I'm not comparing it to the regular flu. I mean, they say it's more contagious and whatever, and I don't know. There's questions a lot about what Fauci says and about like what the doctors say because they really don't fucking know.
Shout out to Fauci, man.
They'll come out. I don't know. I don't know. They come out one week, say one thing, and the next week they're like, "Oh yeah, what we said has no merit, and don't believe anything we just said." So it's like, why are experts continuously telling me different fucking stories every single time? I don't care if it's a changing anything. Like you're inciting fear. And you're doing it on purpose. Like I think there's a purpose to the fear that they're inciting. More and whether it's good reasons or bad, you know what I'm saying, like order out of chaos type shit. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't believe that it's just
feel like
plain that they're telling the truth about everything and that we actually. I don't know. That's just me, and I don't think I need a vaccine for it. I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna just be the person who waits to see how this goes. And to stop seeing motherfuckers looking like the ancestral child from like Harold and Kumar, because that's what their faces look like after getting some of the vaccines. You know, someone will get like
a Bell's palsy
cerebral palsy or
just
Bell's
die.
Palsy. Yeah,
people have died. Yeah,
there's vaccine deaths.
People already started dying.
Those some brave motherfuckers. They should have been.
Now, do I believe that? I don't know because I question everything. But like, even then, it's just like I don't know. But if you're gonna
die,
if
they're putting the facts out about death, I think that's kind of legit. I don't think I'd question that as much because, oh, damn, the vaccine actually killed people. You guys are actually putting that out there? Because I thought the idea is like for everybody to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think there's an agenda to the vaccination.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't agree with the agenda about it. And I don't know. I just don't think that I personally need to line up because somebody else says that I need a vaccine, and if I get a vaccine and I get Bell's palsy or I die, I mean, if I die, then oh well, you know.
So one
It's
that was God's plan.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I've seen, I mean, I understand the skepticism, especially from black people specifically, just because anyone who doesn't, and it was cool actually seeing Fauci the other day on the interview with, you know, that little podcast he was on.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
yeah.
that interview, just kind of hearing what he had to say and having, at least hearing him address the fact that things have happened to black people in the medical care system, the past things that there's documented things that have happened that make people just skeptical all about medicine. There's a higher death toll for black and Latina or black and Hispanic people. It's just that those things are facts. So I understand why people are so skeptical. But I also sometimes I feel like people will make reasons why it doesn't make sense, but they won't do research. So example, like a lot of people will off bat, like none of y'all did, but some people off bat, their only point is like, no, fuck that. It was how you make it that fast. That makes no sense. How you concoct it that fast. And that's the same question I had, but I think some people, they don't delve deeper into those questions. Like, so why don't you try to find an answer? So then the answer that they're giving, I'm not saying it's true or accurate, but the answer that they're giving is they'll say, or the answer they've given is that they were already making this vaccine. Basically, they're making a vaccine for SARS, and then all you need to do to adjust the vaccine is to take the DNA from that specific virus and transfer it over. And I'm not saying that I believe everything that's being told. I'm not saying that I'm rushing to get a vaccine. But it's interesting to just like gather more info on it and like at least see like what are these niggas telling? Like what is their explanation for shit? And a lot of times there is an explanation because so many people have like the same questions. But yeah, I guess that's their explanation is there was already one in place for SARS. They've been working on the vaccine, and then from there they just had to take the DNA from this virus. But I that's the thing, like I can never knock on the skepticism that people have. Because you lose trust, and it's like if you know someone has done a certain thing once, you'd be stupid to not question it when things have happened in real historical things. So it's like I can't knock anyone for being skeptical. I'm skeptical at times. You just never really know what to believe, but it's at least they have some answers. And hearing Fauci talk about it does make sense. I mean, we have fucking vaccines for everything. The flu, chicken pox, all shit like that, pneumonia.
Measles.
No, I'm tripping. Not pneumonia. What's the other one thinking of? Tuberculosis.
Tuberks.
They got
They got a vaccine for tuberculosis?
Do you think?
Tuberculosis? I thought motherfuckers just get that and start coughing like.
I thought it's like
it's a test. You know what it is?
A TB test.
They
like
give you
the bubble.
exactly a TB test, and that'll tell you if you ever had it in your symptoms. By the way, I've also heard I was in I was on a pod, but it was basically in a barbershop type of setup, and one of the guys, man, pointing. I don't argue with the OGs. If the OGs say some shit that don't make sense to me, I'm like, okay, maybe someone else will chime in. If they chime in, I'll be like, yeah, I feel it. I'm not arguing with the OGs in the barbershop, but his main point was like, when have you heard of asymptomatic? What the fuck is asymptomatic? You have it, but you.
Thing, yeah.
But I was like, well, I'm sitting here like tuberculosis is asymptomatic. Like it's been around. That's why you test for tuberculosis to see if you have it. But regardless. Vaccines have been around forever, so I understand. It makes perfect sense in terms of like, niggas got COVID. We have a crazy body count, more than we lost in World War II. So people like it makes sense to introduce a vaccine. That's what you're thinking right off the bat. There needs to be a vaccine for this shit. But at the same time, it's like once they put a fucking needle in you, they can't unput it in, and I guess you're left to deal with the circumstance. So I understand both sides.
It's just such a big risk to take it. The only way that I would honestly take it is like if the world opens back up and they're just like, oh,
you can't come in the club.
That's the main thing. Not in the club. Fuck the clubs. I ain't going into the club for a minute. You know.
Pussy.
Who the fuck needs a club, yo? Why we need the club?
What if I perform at a club? What if I perform at a club? You pulling up?
Duh, what the fuck?
Nah, you said no clubs.
No
He's
clubs.
not pulling.
Hey, you got bottle service?
No.
You paying for it?
No.
Camera's dead. That one.
Oh, that one? Okay, yeah. Why are we on this topic? I'm actually curious what y'all think. What do you think about the people that say it's a 99% survival rate? Fuck this mask shit. Fuck the lockdown. And Dale, what you think, bro? What do you think about people that are basically saying like, you know, fuck the mask stuff. It's a 99% survival rate. What would you say to those people?
People say
Anyone
time,
could answer.
And I understand why they think that, but it's just like short-sighted thinking because yeah, you may survive, but there's also like long-lasting complications coming from surviving COVID. Like you can recover, and then like some people said like their ability to smell never fully came back in one nostril or something like that. And we don't know too much about the virus. Like it's a new virus for us, so it could be like, oh, after you get COVID and survive, 5 years from now, this could happen, and we would have no idea because like it hasn't developed yet. So like it's just best not to catch a virus we know nothing about. Also at the same time, there's sure it's a 99% survival rate for you, but if you get somebody who's at risk sick, like an elderly person or somebody with a respiratory infection or somebody with like asthma, it's very dangerous. So people say like it's 99% survival, like yeah, but think about the other people who are not as healthy as the average person.
That's another thing. When people talk about like the 99% survival rate, I understand the logic. If you're just thinking like I'm moving around, there's a survival rate. Obviously, if I get it, I'm probably in good health. And all the people that are young and in good health have actually passed. But regardless, I understand the numbers of 99%. But one of the, like I guess the way I look at it is like we've lost more people than we lost in like the whole World War II. Like. So I just feel like those same people, if say we talked about World War II and the death toll, I feel like they wouldn't be like, man, that was only 1% of the population. You'd be looking at it a whole different way in terms of like that's people's lives. Those are people whose families aren't going to see them again. But it's easy sometimes when you look at the numbers and just say like, yeah, it's 99% of people are surviving this shit is straight. But then at the same time, if you look at the death toll, we could say the same thing about every veteran who's lost their life. But you wouldn't because it's in such poor taste and bad character, I guess, to say like, oh, well, it's only this percentage of the country. So it's, but at the same time, it's like, bro, this is a lot of lives. The country is very big. When you have 300,000 people dead and plus, that's a lot of people dead. And I get like, if you're just playing the numbers game, then fuck it. Herd immunity. Let everybody get the shit. What's that camera telling me?
You gotta restart.
No. He does shit like he likes doing shit.
I want to hear your content. I want to hear what you say. And then
it was better when it was in the flow, but it will come up later.
Hey, is everything recording, man? We back in the flow. All right, man. Whenever you're ready, kick it off.
Ask a question, bro.
All right, but nah. All right, so I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about like when it comes from like people that are elite, right? Would you consider Bill Gates elite?
Hell yeah.
I consider myself elite, but no, I'm just playing. Bill Gates. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Right. So like, how do you feel about like predictions that for or movies or like TV shows and people who are famous and they come out and say these things that 10 years, 15 years, 20 years later they just fucking happen.
Almost like The Simpsons.
To a T, and it's like, oh, well, they predicted it. Like, how do you feel about like that type of shit?
But isn't Bill Gates like a person that like changed the world in a sense with Microsoft? Like he did something for the world so drastic, and it's like, what if his predictions are very like well thought and educated?
But what does his success with Microsoft have to do with him giving people vaccines? And his beginning start to vaccines is really through like philanthropy work.
Where does
like he has lawsuits out against him in like in countries in Africa and India for his vaccines?
I don't know if I'm dumb,
with Bill Gates in that
where does Bill Gates come into play with the vaccines? I might just be dumb on that because I feel like
there's been like movies that came out like years ago that a billionaire predicted that a pandemic would hit and we would need a vaccine, and like so there's been movies about it.
Yeah.
Bill Gates also came out in a TED talk saying like, and a lot of people started like Fauci before Fauci was known. Like a lot of these people, when it's not a known thing or just randomly at the top of their position, are saying, "Oh, we need to worry about something that right now is not an issue, but our studies say." And it's like, okay, well, where are you getting those studies from? And it's like, anybody can make a study. Like a lot.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I mean, when it comes to, well, first off, like this has been forecasted though. That's the thing. Like Obama already had a coronavirus team in play, not a pandemic team type of thing. Like it was already predicted by. I wish I could name the science off the top of my head, but they had already been predicting this type of stuff. And then Trump actually, because he was trying to get rid of everything Obama. Apparently, from what you hear, is he got rid of that whole team, and like scientists had been predicting like there's going to be a pandemic because it's happened historically. Like there's been a virus that'll go around and kill off a lot of the nation. So as far as like the predictions, if you're talking specifically about Corona and shit, then I feel like a lot of people predicted it, and that's why they even had like there was already a movie and shit about Corona happening, and it's just like obviously our leadership didn't really give a fuck to take like
They want to
precautions
spend
for
money in other places, you know.
But why don't we question that? Like, why is it not like our leadership? Okay, if you let's say we're assuming that okay, the scientists are predicting it, but our leadership did nothing about it. Like, when does it ever come to a point to where we look at ourselves as Americans and as people who live in this country to say like, there's bullshit going on. Like, I shouldn't have to pick the lesser of two evils of Biden and Trump. I shouldn't have to be sitting here fighting for $2,000 versus $600. Like, so my thing, and I guess going back to the prediction thing, is like, if you get a group of scientists who private companies have a lot of private agendas, like their agendas are not known to the public. Like, do you know about Monsanto? Okay, Monsanto, a company that Bill Gates pretty much like predominantly owns, or like he's a heavy investor in Monsanto. They make like soy pretty much, right, and corn and stuff like that. They've had lawsuits against them pretty much, so for like GMOs and shit like that. But they have Monsanto corn and they tested it on like rats and shit, right? The first family of rats, they're still fertile, everything's fine. They ate Monsanto corn, everything's good. Second generation of rats, everything's fine, everything's good. Eating Monsanto corn, life is happy. The third generation, infertile. They can't have kids, like because of Monsanto, because of GMO, like. What, and you read about
the rats can't have kids.
The rats can't have kids. Like, the rats are no longer gonna have kids. Like,
shame.
okay, it sounds like that, right? But when you look at like how they're kind of like handling, okay, think about the family nucleus, right?
Yeah.
The family nucleus right now is completely destroyed. Like, the way that we live right now, we are completely in a bubble. Like, everybody is so isolated and everybody has so many different, like, it's kind of hard to just say like, and the idea of families being attacked like publicly in a very weird way, like it's not promoted, like it's just not. So kind of like looking at the fact that okay, you have these people who are advocating for abortions and like I don't know, it just gets kind of crazy, and you have this dude who is pushing vaccines, who has lawsuits against him in however many countries for literally killing people, like killing hundreds and thousands of people.
Talking about Bill Gates?
Yes, he has lawsuits against him from countries of like actual countries, like the country of whatever is suing
like,
him.
Isn't it like he was trying to do something for like the country in a sense, like but he's experimenting in a sense,
and
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like good intentions.
I don't know how.
What is it? What's the saying? Like good intentions are paved to the road to hell or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
My thing is this: you go from Microsoft, you know what I'm saying, a computer dude, to all of a sudden making vaccines because this is a problem that we just need. Like, I don't think that, like I said, I pay attention to the narrative, and I think these fuckers are playing like a story. Like he's playing a role. But you feel me? Like, but I don't think he's a fucking genius and a medical doctor to now say I know what to put in your body because I worked on fucking computers.
But who developed? I feel like the question is then who developed the vaccine? When it's an answerable question in terms of like the specific scientists who worked on it, because Trump tried to get them niggas to come to the little White House fucking parties. And they was like, nah. And he was trying to take credit for developing the vaccine and shit. I wish I could remember off the top of my head though he wanted them to, you wanted them to name that shit after him.
I'm saying Trump is Trump. Like
the Trump vaccine.
His job, his narrative is to come out and say the craziest shit, the most off the wall, most
that would have garnered
shit,
so much interest. Naming the vaccine
because he's self-centered. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something Trump would say. Of course, Trump.
Well,
like
yeah,
yes,
you're in front of the camera all the time. That's like in that sense, like that was your niche.
I think in a situation like go out there and do what you're supposed to do. Like you know what I'm saying? Like go be Trump. Like
hey, at least he came out with a bang. You know, in a sense, like.
Oh yeah, hella fun.
Because you know what? What if he didn't come out with the bang? You know that wouldn't really be Trump.
That's his job. You know? His job as the rating. You know what I'm saying? Reality TV fucker to just somehow win an election. You know what I'm saying? And somehow win an election. You know, nobody could have guessed that Trump would win an election, and now he's the president, and we're okay with that. And you have some people who are so bought into their ideologies to really support a man who was really on reality TV as the president and leader of your country. Like, that does not make any fucking sense to me. Like, there is actual delusion in everybody for accepting this for so fucking long. Like, and the lies that we just are cool with repeatedly. I think 9/11 honestly should have been like a real wake-up call for a lot of people. Like, I don't know. I think there's just a lot of questions about it. You know, I think there's a lot of...
We gonna delve into 9/11.
I'm saying there's a lot of questions about it, and I think that should have been like okay, government, things are adding up and you need to make them add up. Regardless if you conspiracy theory or not. It's like, you got to just say like, okay, the things that are coming out of it and the way things are leading, we have to ask these questions now as a people. But I don't know. I think we're kind of in a fucked up space now where it's too far gone.
Look at this dude hating on our president,
For
man.
real, you hating on
What's up
American
with you, bro?
soil?
Man, hey, you know, Fred, but hey, he's stupid as
Over
fuck.
here in America, living
Nah, man,
living
that's
it up.
pretty fucked
No,
up.
it's cool,
Nah, I'm
America.
just
That's what we're
kidding.
talking about the Constitution earlier. Like,
playing.
yeah, no, but.
Hey, but honestly, the only president I got is Adam Silver.
Mm.
Nigga, that's my
Silver,
president.
hey, okay, I feel
Dale,
that, I
tell
feel
her, you know
that.
what the
You already
fuck
know.
up. Adam
Hey,
Silver
I'm ready
is
to
the
fire him
president,
too,
dog.
bro. The NBA be making some hella pussy ass
Don't
calls.
cap,
Yeah.
don't cap.
They,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay,
no,
okay,
them
okay.
refs, bro. They gave Dwight Howard a T for a rebound.
Yeah, well,
For
Dwight
a
Howard
rebound.
didn't
Well,
re-sign
he's
with the
kinda- he's
Lakers,
pretty
so fuck
emotional.
that.
No, you should have seen it. It was bad. They gave DeMarcus Cousins a T.
Yeah, I
for,
seen
like,
the
some
DeMarcus
bullshit,
one.
too.
Because I feel like they're just like fed up with DeMarcus. He's
No,
always
fuck that. They be
I
hating
know
on
that's
D,
some fucked up shit,
on
but
D
like,
cuz.
yo, there's no arena. It's just him yelling at the refs in a sense. You know?
Oh yeah, that's what
Right.
You know, you just hearing it. It's in your ear. Like you can hear every word that they're saying to your face.
Hey, Dale. So come on, bro. What you think about this little James Harden trade? I know that's breaking news today, man. You're our sports anchor. Oh, hey, bringing it to Dale, the sports anchor. Dale, are you there?
Sports anchor post. Anyways, it's a pretty interesting trade in the sense that, you know, they're just stacking up talent and sacrificing a lot of their depth and, like, you know, in their future. But I don't, either way, Lakers in 5. So, like, as a Laker fan, I'm not concerned, but as a basketball fan, I'm excited. And as a guy who likes James Harden, I'm excited for him as well because that Houston thing wasn't working. He just needed to dip.
Yeah, but I feel like part of the reason it wasn't working is because they had a guy that kept choking in Game 7 and Game 6 at home. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. But
The thing about, go ahead.
No,
The
no,
thing
no, what you
about
say?
Harden is like, yeah, he had his bad moments, but like, he's just not that good enough to like, you know, do some LeBron shit. Like, okay, it's the biggest game of the year. I'm gonna guarantee give you 35 points at least. Like,
Yeah,
he's not,
that's another thing. Like what I don't get is when people hate on the Rockets for like last year. It's like, nigga, who the fuck thought him and Russ were gonna do anything? Like they literally
the Lakers too?
they got
No
rid of
way.
CP and it was him. And,
CP3 would have been way better.
everyone knew they didn't have a shot. Like everyone was like, oh, small ball. What are you gonna revolutionize the game with a bunch of little niggas running out there?
PJ Tucker is
Come
your
on now.
center.
Yeah, we're fat nigga. That's the
It's
shit we
right.
did in high school, bruh. Little ass team.
And the team to do it was all shooters versus like Russ, who's not a shooter. So it's
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna work the same way. Like you got PJ hitting shots, you got Eric hitting shots, but this nigga
And
Russ.
there's just comfortability in when he's with the Thunder because that's like it was his squad.
That was-
So
yeah.
it's like him taking the mid-range pull, all of that. There's so much more confidence.
I
When he's
mean-
with the Rockets, it's a whole nother play.
Well, the Rocket, they catered their whole offense to making him effective. So what they did is, all right, we're gonna take the big man out. Let's get small ball. Let's get everyone space. So now Russ looked effective during the year, and they're like, oh, this small ball lineup's working. It's like, fam, did you really think cracking the code was to not have a center? Like that was what's gonna get you the chip? Like that's what we needed. Let's get smaller and get a worse point guard with more
with
energy.
LA like on your roster,
Fuck
you got
outta here.
fucking Denver on your roster. Like, what are you doing in the
And they got
West?
talent too. Like
But not, yeah.
they got talent too.
Hey, but when I saw the Kyrie or the fucking James Harden trade, I was like hoping it was for Kyrie. I'm like, they did Kyrie like that. He not showing up to work. Now they got him out.
Damn, that'd be a good
But
pick.
I was really shit. But
I think the Rockets got a decent, like they got Victor Oladipo. I do like Victor
That's
Oladipo.
good.
Yeah, they got
he's
Victor,
solid.
Carey-
and Dante Exum.
wait, hey Dale, who did Karis LeVert go to? Did he go to the Rockets or he went to I forgot who the other.
Pacers.
He went to
Pacers?
the-
Oh, that's right. That's right. For
And he
Oladipo.
gonna ball out, but it's sad that he got to go there though. But he
all
gonna
good.
he gonna ball out.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I think he needs. I think he needs a team where he could like actually
Yeah.
grow as a
Yeah.
player, like
He
for
gonna move.
himself.
Because he's a
really
beast though
good.
too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Pacers were even fucking with that idea of getting him over there. Hopefully he do some cool shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It was a good ass pick.
Should we talk some Kyrie? That nigga, he like Dale. He trying to work from home.
It's like this dude Kyrie is crazy, bro. Like, how you just like not gonna show up to your job and like not even tell the coach why you're not there? But yeah, I'm out, please, and you're just
You
gone.
sound like a pawn, Dale.
What?
Dale, you sound like a pawn.
Hey man, pawns could be very important. You got
Hey,
a certain
yeah.
position,
You
you
gotta
need
play
that
chess
fucking
before.
pawn.
You gotta push him up.
He said,
You
I don't
better-
talk to pawns.
You better have that pawn.
Get your ass stuck.
Yeah, you be fucked up.
Pawns, That's where the end game comes.
They're important. Yeah, you need phones.
Hey, shout out to Kyrie though. He got a sick handle.
Hey, yeah,
When
no,
he- when
hey,
he comes to
Kyrie
play.
still is the dopest basketball player. Not
He'll be the
still, but
dopest
to, like, to
person who
ever-
has conditioning to do all those moves to get buckets.
one of the dopest basketball players to like ever play the game. But I think now like his attitude and like or his perceived attitude and how he's perceived in the media is kind of like rubbing off on the wrong way. I think
How old
before
is
he could do no wrong. There was a time when Kyrie could do no wrong, and I think maybe that probably when it's like. I don't know, cause even when he was like, all right, I don't want to be like in LeBron's shadow. A lot of people were like mad at him for that, but I kind of understood it. Like, no, I'm a grown ass man. Like, I don't, I want to chip with him. But obviously, Kyrie wouldn't have done it by himself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But no championship team will. And I think that's kind of like what started fucking up the perception. And then the Celtics, that was a whole fiasco.
He had a good ass team with the Celtics.
That was a fiasco. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like he's kind of acting up on the Nets too.
It's just
But
always,
like-
it's always something. But I feel like and he always end up blaming the media and shit.
You think he's
Yeah.
still
Crazy
considered
shit.
young because he's 28 years old?
Fuck
He's
no.
too old for this shit.
Fuck no, you
Like,
almost
he's too old
30,
for that
nigga.
shit.
For that type of attitude, like it is pretty childish.
I
you
mean,
know?
then again, like who knows? Cause he been absent. If y'all watching, don't be keeping up with sports and shit. He basically like didn't pull up to a game. He didn't tell he told his teammates. He didn't tell his coach. That's like you didn't show up for work and you tell your coworkers. You don't tell your boss. But
yeah.
so that shit is just like, I know they say he's dealing with some personal issues. But there is still a way to be professional, especially if you took the merit to like tell your teammates, but then you said fuck the boss. Then it's like it is saying something. So it's kind of crazy, like
Yeah.
because even before the year, he was talking about we don't really need a coach. Like we don't even need a K between you and I. Like we could really just coach
he
ourselves,
definitely going through
knowing that they just hired Steve Nash. Like nigga, why is you saying that? Steve Nash writing that shit like.
And Steve
They
Nash
don't
is a
need me.
great coach, I bet.
Yeah.
Well,
I bet he will be.
Okay, Dale. Is Steve Nash going to coach at any point this year, or is he just going to continue to enjoy watching KD and Kyrie? I feel like he got the best seat in the house. No stress, no, just
As
watch.
funny it is to like
a little
act
mask
like he's
on.
not coaching. I feel like he has to like implement a system. For what I've seen from the Nets, they're not just like a your turn, my turn team. They move the ball around. They run some sets. It's like he's kind of doing something there. But like it's kind of like Steve Kerr. Like Steve Kerr like put a system for the Warriors that worked. But at the same time, like you have Steph and Clay and Draymond. That's like the hard part. And like I just figured out a way to make them look good together. That's the easy part, So like at the end of the day, you have Kyrie, you have James, you have KD. Like it'd be hard to mess up with that team.
Yeah, now Steve for sure ain't gonna be coaching. He got all three of them. He not saying shit. Like,
Go play.
yeah, I didn't have that jumper. I didn't
that's
have none of
gonna
them
be
moves.
fun to
Fuck
watch.
it.
I really want to see because I feel like J Hard and KD is like I think they could take a trip.
Them getting back together is crazy.
You think the three of them have a chance of winning the chip? Let's be real.
Better than fucking with Russ. Than James and KD. But I don't
I think
who's winning
they'll
the ring?
lose to the West.
no, I think the Lakers are gonna win.
You mean
Let's just
they
say that.
lose to the fucking Lakers?
Yeah,
the Lakers
You
are
damn
gonna-
right.
the
All
Lakers are
right,
gonna
all right, all right. Lake Show. Dale, you think they got a chance? Oh no, you already said Lakers in 5, huh?
They have a chance based on their upside and talent, but they have really bad defensively, at least really bad on paper defensively, and they don't have the depth. Because the Lakers is just like, we're Laker fans. We watch them play all the time. When they lock in defensively, they could clamp up anybody. And then obviously when you have LeBron and AD, they can score on anybody as well. And plus LeBron and AD are two of the best playoff performers ever. Like we've seen them turn it up and like carry us in playoff series. So I feel like that's a lot to overcome with a flawed roster, So I don't feel like the Nets can beat us, but they have a chance.
Yeah, but what you're not thinking about is what's gonna happen when James Harden clamps up LeBron.
I'm
You know he's
deactivating
gonna.
my Twitter, bro.
He got that big body now, man. He's gonna clamp him in the post, bruh. You ain't seen? Ask Giannis, man. What's gonna happen when LeBron gets clamped? Oh, he got that jumper now too, huh?
Giannis?
No. The fuck? Giannis jumper. He can jump high. Yeah, he
Giannis
can
fucked
jump.
up signing that
But,
extension, low-key.
He could jump in distance.
LeBron when he look at his hand real fast and do the little shake.
No, but
and shit.
low key, he been cashing out threes lately. Like he had 1 3, he did the step. He shot that bitch. Look back at the bench. The whole like he literally shot it. Boom,
I know
turn.
their whole bench went wild, yo. They was just like
Well, you
kids.
gotta go. Imagine everyone just sitting there like, you made it. He just ran down.
Apparently,
Yeah, that shit was pretty
Dennis
lit,
told
man.
LeBron
It's
he
nice to be a
couldn't make
Laker
it.
fan. You ain't even gotta watch the games.
Yeah, just watch the highlights.
What you say, D?
Apparently, like Dennis, when LeBron was like sizing up the dude guarding him, he told LeBron like, "I bet you won't make it." And then LeBron shot and said bet and looked him in the eyes, and like that's why they got really hyped because like he called it and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Bron is doing this shit, man. I was a LeBron hater for a very long time, but I think as a former basketball player, you gotta respect the track record. And you know basketball is about winning. So when you see, you know what, we gonna get into LeBron a little deeper in future episodes because we gotta have a full on deep dive. Because it's been weird. It was weird at first when he became a Laker because I hated on him all his career and shit. But I've come around a little bit. But
Like
you know, we'll get into it. I don't want to.
Because he won you a chip, so yeah, you gonna be happy. You're like, all right. You can't
I feel like
Yeah,
LA.
you broke
LA,
one barrier.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I
you
feel
got
like
us a chip.
LA, once you won us a chip, because first of all, the only thing that matters in this sport is winning chips. But once you won us a chip, you get that kind of that trust. So now, if you want to show up fucking lackadaisical, he's chilling. He don't want to get hurt. We don't want you to get hurt, Bron. Do your thing. Before that, you saw how it was his first year when he wasn't looking right. Niggas was shitting on him. First of all, when he first came, when they put up the little murals, tearing that shit down, he said the same thing on a podcast. He was saying like, LA fans do not give a fuck about anything you did before you got to LA. All they care about is what have you done, and it really is that. And that was really, I'm glad he got the message because like, we don't give a fuck about none of that. LeBron, what are you going to do this year?
Yeah.
But I understand now when he had the youngins running, Lonzo, my boy, all them cats, Bi. I get it. He wasn't feeling it. He didn't think we had a ring, and he got hurt. So I get it. But we was on his ass like, so what are you gonna do? You made Magic leave.
Yeah. And dude, he killed in the playoffs. Like
He did his shit. We respect it.
Yeah.
We respect it. You get it done. Nothing but respect, and we trust your process. Do what you want.
You gotta recognize greatness.
Same thing with AD. When he come out and have a bad game, we just like, all right, it's cool. We know what he's gonna do next game. Probably 33,
Yeah.
30 piece, something like that.
That's
You-
crazy.
Versus
there.
last year, we like, man, this nigga only shot 6 shots. The fuck?
Yeah.
Nah.
How's
come
Dennis
on.
Schroeder been doing? He's been playing good.
How's your cousin been doing?
No.
Yeah, my cousin Dennis, he been balling, you know.
Y'all got the same hairline. Nah, I'm just
He gives us a solid like 15 and 5. He plays good defense. He play makes for us, slashes, makes threes. You know, like he's a good addition. Like with LeBron and AD, like anybody who can like create for himself and others, is a huge addition. He's been solid. I expect us to re-sign him, like give him like 4 years, maybe like 76 or something like that.
So, who's been the most disappointing Lakers player for you
Um,
so far this year?
I think either between Kuzma or Marc Gasol, and not in the sense like they've been bad. It's just that they haven't had the opportunity to really show what they can do. Like Marc doesn't even shoot that
If it's
often, and
between-
Kuzma like he doesn't get that opportunity because like the 2 best players in the world play his position. They're on his team, so it's like he doesn't get the chance to really do his thing.
Yeah, and I love Q's. My only issue sometimes is like, obviously watching them at times can be frustrating, but it's just like we need that consistency. Like you talk about D Strode, he getting like 15 a night. Like then you had that one game where Kuz went crazy. Like he just was going. But it's like sometimes it's like we can tell when he's hot, when he's just hitting everything. We just need that to be like a consistent 15, not like 25 one night and we all hyped and then 5 the next night, 3 for 12 shooting. Like we need that shit consistent. But I still think the most disappointing Laker is still Danny Green. Sorry.
Hey, he got 28 the other day. Respect the 3-time champ.
Of course he did. After
And then what did he drop after?
I don't know.
0 for 8.
Wait, was you? Oh, okay.
Imagine.
That was some
That's
funny
some Danny
shit though.
Green
You
shit.
seen the Danny Green? Basically, he was walking out the tunnel. In that game, he had shot 0 for 9, and the niggas recording him. He's like, "Danny, you gotta be shooting better, man. You shot fucking 0 for 10 this game, bro." This nigga, Danny, he come out like a calm dude, but he took off the mask. He's like, "I got 3 rings, nigga," and then put. I said, shit.
Yeah, I gotta see that clip.
I said, shit.
He'll
Well, the Spurs rings and the Raptors ring, I'll give you that. Even though you had some bad games in them Raptors series, but them 2 rings was real.
That's hilarious.
Fam,
That's a great response.
I do recall you missing a game winner in the finals last year, but regardless, he didn't have his greatest performances on the Lakers.
Yeah,
but
he getting old. He getting
I see
old.
what he's saying though. You got 3 rings, and he did come out the next night and drop 28. So that's some tough shit, because he basically made that shit go viral by responding. But
Yeah.
you back it up like that, I just wish you would have done it in LA. Do that shit in Philly, huh? Okay. Nah, he looked not. Hey, but don't cap. You thought he was gonna be nice when you saw them first LA games.
Same.
I always liked Danny Green from before he was a Laker. He's because like I watched all those Spurs series against the Heat, and he was making every shot. And like, damn, we really got him 1 year too late, bro. That shit's crazy.
Oh God! And then apparently Philly got him right on time with that fucking 28. Well, nah. Let's not, cause I don't think he's played well throughout the year. But I don't know. I don't want to shit on him if I don't know for sure. But I don't think he been putting up crazy numbers. But 28 for Danny Green, I can't even lie. I almost pulled up the highlights. I'm like, I gotta see every single fucking bucket this nigga did to get to.
Right corner, right
I'm like
left
28.
Yeah.
God, I'm like 28. I'm like, all right. So he shot. What is that? Fucking.
How many threes?
Yeah, how many threes? My man shot 9 threes and made 1 free throw.
He had 74.
I was trying to figure out how the fuck he gets to
Because he definitely, probably some layups, maybe some fast breaks, some dunks or some steals, or I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like he played great defense, like with his rings. Like,
For sure,
the ones that he
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That like he was definitely defensive anchor in a sense. You know, oh my God, the Warriors. Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins are so disappointing. That shit is wild, dude. The younger players are like stepping up, and I think
Pascal
and Damian Lee.
Yeah,
He's been hitting some good shots. What's it called? Draymond coming into the mix. I think that's helping them a lot more because he'll at least like that's one of the best things. He'll get the offense.
What y'all think when people were saying like so Draymond came back his first game and he only played 18 minutes and had like no stats basically to showing niggas was like. Man, he would be ass on any team. He would. You think so?
Draymond Green will be butt booty cheeks on any other fucking
he's on the
basketball
Warriors
team
right now.
Then the Warriors, and I think like his role as like a big man facilitator, I don't know if it fits with any other team right now. Like, okay, what other team is thinking like, oh, we need Draymond? Like, what other team would be constructive with Draymond Green right now?
So I understand that logic, and a lot of people say that, and that's why the thing is like for that I get where it's coming from because it's like the type of player he is. I really don't know what would happen if you put him with a bunch of scrubs. Like he's not gonna carry the load or nothing. But I think his value is kind of proven even the next game. Because when people are saying that though, like I understand like because a lot of people say that same kind of take. Like he wouldn't be shit if he had a bunch of scrubs around him. And yeah, he's not gonna get you dummy buckets. But when we talk about it, like first of all, when people like. You can't base it off the 18 minutes that he played, though. You feel me? Like, people were seeing that 18 minutes and looking at the stat line after that.
Where that's bad,
So it's like, fam, if you a real hooper, you know, LaMelo got 0 points in 16 minutes, fam. You had 18 minutes out there, and when you look at what his value is, it's like you're talking about his fucking defensive anchor. He's facilitating the offense. Yeah. He's talking nonstop. He's getting he's an energy guy. So it's like, that type of stuff is going to take more than 18 minutes. You feel me? Like, if you're trying to fill out a flow of a game, facilitate, get everyone going. So it's like, if people are basing it off that, then I'm like, fam, you just don't know basketball. You're just a Twitter guy. Because a lot of Twitter.
I was saying it before then, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Twitter. No, I'm saying. No. I'm not talking about you. I'm saying, like, some people were basing that same thought off that game. Like, they were using that game to validate that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That shit makes sense. And I've had the same thing. Like, I don't know what he looked like. Put him on the fucking who's the ass team. The Knicks, before they had a good start to the season, they played a bunch of weak teams. It's all good. But
still the same facilitating, talking person, but it's like I think it just works so well. It was like the perfect situation
you got the
for him
when
you have KD, Clay, fucking Steph. Even before then, when you didn't have KD, like it just worked out so well, and he fit into that small ball lineup because he's fast enough to like get around those other like bigger guards or whatever, and big enough to kind of like back somebody down and get a layup in. So he's kind of like in that good middle ground, and you have a kick out to fucking, you know what I'm saying, or you're running a fast break and he's fast enough to run a fast break, but it's like any other team.
Who's a good shooting team?
But defensively
right now,
though,
he's amazing too, right? But it's like
he's a bully,
kind of like in the intangible thing, right? But great player. I think it's more so not. I wouldn't say skill, but I think just like the other intangibles, like the hustle.
I think he's perfect for your
else,
team.
like,
he's a perfect team type of guy.
Perfect team type. Yeah, you love him on your team, hate him anywhere else type shit.
Yeah.
And you need one. You need those guys. Kind of like a Dennis Rodman or something, like how they describe him when he used to play, like
or Patrick Beverly,
or those type of guys. But you need him.
Patrick Beverly.
Like,
that dude's so annoying.
See, he not even on your team.
Fuck
and
the
you don't
Clippers,
like him.
bro. I was about to start rapping this shit, but let's just get this off, man. Fuck the Clippers. First of all, if y'all know where we shooting at, we in LA. Where the Clippers don't reside. I think they stay down in maybe Lancaster,
San Diego,
Palmdale, San Bernardino, San Diego.
I don't be hating on the Clippers.
But yeah. Remember when niggas were talking about the
Bakersfield.
Clippers and now no one gives a fuck? Yeah, they're not even. It's Lakers and Nets in the finals. No one's worried about the Clippers.
Clipper fans only wear Clipper gear because they get it for free at their games.
Or just to be
You know?
different.
That's true. The niggas give out hella shit at the Clippers games, man. All right, man. Any final thoughts? Any words of wisdom for anybody?
For basketball, I do
No,
not.
just in general.
Oh, final words of wisdom.
Yeah, parting words.
Oh, these are the parting words.
Oh, unless y'all got
Damn.
more shit you want to talk about.
No, I mean,
I got a tinkle. I can't even.
I
cap.
think it's a good spot.
Yeah, I think.
You know, anyone could have
think
answered
good.
about
I
the
know.
fucking final words, Sakib. You didn't yeah, like I put him on the spot. Shit. All right. Well, anyways, appreciate y'all for joining us, man. Thank you for tapping into the.
Yeah, I thought
to
that
the-
was great.
This was the
Yeah,
first.
Can I wrap this
Yeah,
bitch?
oh,
in? This
nah,
dude, I
there
thought
you
that
go.
was great. We not even.
I thought you had a rap.
This was a pretty good. No, this was a pretty
Wrapped
good.
in latex.
Pretty great. Really good. What's the name? I'm playing.
Yeah, see, yeah, we appreciate y'all for joining us on the Really Good Podcast, man. We're gonna keep having content. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was a really good podcast. We didn't want to make it the great podcast. We didn't want to set expectations too high.
Nope.
You know, just really good is probably where it's at. So this nigga Dale got me laughing. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for tapping in. Prayers out to everyone who needs prayers. Prayers out to everyone dealing with COVID. Prayers out to we didn't talk about Dre, but prayers out to Dr. Dre, man. Dealing with what he dealing with, and prayers out to anyone else who needs prayers, man. Thank you to all our essential work. I might as well just go down the list. You know where I'm getting this one.
Thank you to our production team.
Thank you so much to our production team, man, and everyone who is a part of this making.
For real though, if you made it to like the end remarks, if you listening to this right now, shout out to you for real, for real.
Y'all real ones.
Like, you made it through this whole motherfucker on the first one. Hey, for real, round of applause for you.
And now that since we're wrapping up, since that camera cut out, I'm gonna look right at this one as I
And that
give
one
our-
cut out too.
Okay, great. I'm gonna look at this one as I give our parting words, man. Thank you to everyone who is. So what I was saying at the last one cut out. Motherfuckers.
We leaving that in there.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Just appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Appreciate everyone that made this happen. I feel like I probably said the same thing over, but it's not my fault because I repeated. Appreciate y'all, and we're gonna be coming out every week, man. So stay tuned. If you listen to the end, you a real fan.
Really good.
And yeah, we gotta start leaving all the
This is
crazy
really good.
shit for like the second hour, so
This is
so that
really
you don't
good.
gotta worry about nobody
So
judge me. Only the real fans is gonna
Really
hear
good
that
podcast.
shit.
You
If
really
my
like
mom-
this shit.
If my mom wants to tap into the pod, nigga, she not staying till the second hour, so I'ma just keep it light for the first hour next time. I'm about to the whole first hour, bro. I'm about to be snoozing. So what you think about that? T? Oh, interesting. What you think? I'm about to.
That's when we really get into our bags, you know.
I fucking did. All right, man. We signing out for real, man.
This was
Thank you.
really
Yeah,
good podcast.
really,
Listen
really
every
good
single
if you
fucking
ask
time. Really
me.
good. You love this shit.
Yeah.
I had a great time
Rizzy
making
gang, we out, man.
Fucking gang, really good.
I had a
really
great
good,
time
really
making
good,
this.
Really good, really good, really good.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now,